Let me know if my microphone is working because we're going to need one today because I lost my voice trying to break up a dog fight. It was not good. I'm going to go over to my own channel, click on my live. 1 second while we get set up here, my friends. How come I'm getting notifications? I'm early. Trying to eat more protein. This is what I got. There's those ads. I came on 15 minutes early because I was ready, and then I was like, you know what, sun's going down. And then I tried to modify it, but it wouldn't let me. Okay, is it working? It's working. Hello? I'm getting notifications. I'm early. I don't think it's working. I came on 15 minutes early because I was ready, and then I was like, you know what, sun's going down. And I tried to modify it. Hold on. It is. Well, I mean, I think you can hear me, but I don't think it's the mic. Hello, hello. I think it is. What's up, Rebecca? It's working. Yeah. Okay, what's going on, you guys? All right. I actually have a magnet because I finally glued my broken microphone. Oh, I'm going to hold it because my voice is pretty bad, you guys. Jess, you just text me. Jess, I had to go live because even though my voice is almost gone, dude, my dog got like almost eaten alive. Okay, it was not good. I'll tell you guys the story in a little bit. But I was screaming my head off trying to get them separated and woke up without a voice. Cheers. Happy 4th of July. But it's been 4 years since I've been doing Don't Be Alone for the holidays, and I don't leave you guys hanging. So I'm here. And then Marco, thanks for also texting me because, there's something about the holidays. I get so depressed. Do you guys do this on the holidays? I'm at the beach with the dogs. Everything's fine. I'm feeling happy. But for some reason, if I'm there on a holiday and I see all the families together, it like stabs me in the heart and I feel all sad. Yet any other time I see families, I'm totally fine. But on holidays, for some reason, it just like makes me feel like I'm living life all wrong. Anybody else like that? But if I wanted to have and don't give me scissors, okay? Don't just take the scissors away from me. I've done some more layers. At least it's not as short as it was last year. Dude, all these are finally growing out. I didn't touch these ones. I just took some length off the bottom. But these were bangs last year. I cut bangs and they were up to here. That's some pretty good growth in a year. But I didn't realize I had cut like the whole front portion of my hair from my face. So my hair was really thin, but it's growing out. Happy 4th of July. I thought it'd be fun to finally do a Q&A since I I just had a lot going on. I spent a lot of time at the vet. I've just been trying to get my dog better, and it's just been kind of wild around here. And I wasn't feeling like I was gonna do some building with you guys today. A few days ago, at least that was my plan. And then honestly, just trying to like do anything right now underneath that tent is a nightmare. It's just a mosquito nightmare just underneath the tent. I let too much water from the washing machine and my indoor outdoor shower go to the bottom, and the sun doesn't hit it because it's hitting underneath the shower. And so it's just created a mosquito haven. It's pretty bad. It's good to see you, Kathy. It's good to see everybody. But I did make a short not too long ago, asking like if any of you guys had any questions, and I thought I would answer some of those. And then, if you guys don't mind my voice being half gone, at least we're together. It was Gus Gus that got attacked again by the neighbor's dog right on the property line. So we're having a territory issue. I need to get my area fenced off. I got at least this camper fenced off and like about 20 yards of my land. But it just sucks because, of course, now I'm just spending. I had to. Gus has found every way out of this fence because he chases the squirrels. So, I mean, at one point this morning, I went out there and all four of my dogs were on the other side of the fence waiting to get in. I'm like, how did you guys get out? They're going like underneath the fence. It's just like chicken wire fence, super flimsy. What's up, Super Lars, dude? Thank you. Yeah, we're staying positive. We're staying good. It's just, it's just been a little bit of a trying time in my life when it comes to dogs. Lots of issues with the dogs. I haven't talked about this to anybody really, but my two small wiener dogs are getting hard at hearing. And I found that out about a month and a half ago. And that broke my heart, like in a million pieces. And it's just, made me realize that I'm to the stage of life where I literally have senior dogs and they're my life. So it hasn't been easy for me to handle. It's been making me really like take a deep look at my life and how I want to spend these years with them. You know what I mean? Oh, come on, voice, you can do this. So, electric cattle fence, that's not a bad idea. What's going on, Air Force? Hold on, I'm pulling up my. What's up, Jose? What's going on, all my friends? It's good to see you guys. Gosh, we haven't done a live stream since New Year's Eve. The last live I do, because I do the Don't Be Alone for the Holidays from November, Thanksgiving to New Year's Eve. So it's been a minute. Stop looking to the future, stay present. Absolutely. But when you start to face, like, I'm making a lot of decisions with my life right now because of having some land, but also craving traveling still. And also just knowing that travel content is a great way to make some money so that I can build things out on my land. But then things started falling together without traveling. So it's just like a weird situation I'm in because, I edited this video all day today and for quite a few days, honestly. And it'll go up tomorrow. It was going to go up today, but I figured it's 4th of July. It's not the best day to post a video. But it clips back to like all my most disastrous moments, mainly in the Bronco, but also here in Florida and in Memphis, Tennessee. And going back and just recently telling stories and pulling clips from the Bronco days really makes me miss the adventure that we had. It makes me feel like I've always felt like that got stripped away from me way too soon because I didn't actually want to get out of the Bronco. I just had a lack of power. And so I was kind of forced out of it. And I was making so many bad decisions at that time in my life, just didn't have a clear head. Living in the Bronco really brought my drinking to a head. And I tried to get sober at that Memphis house. It lasted 3 months. And after that, I just started making bad decisions. And one of them was buying a new Bronco and starting to build that out instead of just sticking with mine and getting that thing ready for the road again. And then the end of my lease came up. New Bronco wasn't done. Old Bronco was still in the same shape. And then I hop in my F-250 that had nothing done. It was just the most stupidest decisions ever. But I wouldn't take them away because had everything not gone the way that it did, I might not be sober today. So it's like, it's like a catch-22. Like, you don't want to change the past because I'm happy with where I'm at today. But I wish that I could have just gotten sober in that Memphis house, built out the Bronco, and continued to travel because I wasn't ready to be done yet. I didn't realize I'd have so much fun on the road and have so many great epic experiences. And I'm still not done, even though I have land. It's weird. It's hard. It's like, and then I wanted to build out an animal sanctuary. But then after both of my dogs coming down with like their hearing going bad, it makes you go, wait a minute, how do I want to spend these years? Do I want to be devoting my time to new rescue dogs or like devoting my time to my beautiful babies that are my family? Like, no, I don't think any other dogs besides Miles, Boujii, and Buddy will ever be as close to me because we've been through so much and it hits different with them. It really does. They even treat me different than even Gus. I mean, the moment I found Miles in that parking lot in Louisiana, he was so attached to me, and we just have been attached at the hip ever since. Gus is not like that. Even at the vet, like when they take him away, he doesn't even look back. He's not like, Mom, where are you going? He doesn't give a crap. I swear to goodness, I could give him away to another family tomorrow, and I don't think that he would be phased. It's just such a different scenario. Is kombucha okay for a lost voice? I think you're not supposed to drink carbonated drinks. Yeah, you can't change the past, but I'm still left with that burning desire to still do traveling and do it right since I never had the chance. And then Renogy sent me that amazing system that I installed, and it's beautiful, and I haven't tested it yet, but I can't wait to put it to the test. And it's like, man, this is your chance to be able to travel the right way where you're not drowning yourself every night because you're so uncomfortable, and you can stay cool and you can stay hot and you can run appliances, and just life's going to be so much easier. But now I have this fourth dog, which we all know that Bronco is not going to be big enough for all four of us. I mean, give me a break. I'm a little tempted to sell it. I asked my brother the other night, I was like, do you think I should sell this thing? I have another idea. Let me know if I should announce it. Oh, and we're doing a giveaway in this live stream. I'm doing a giveaway in the live. Hold on. Let me go grab what we're going to be giving away. You guys, I'm about to hook you guys up, motherfuckers. Watch out. Oh, can't say that. Can't say that. You're live streaming. Hold on, you guys. I have presents for you. I have presents for my babies. Presents for my babies. So, since I don't know what happened, but when I was a YouTuber and like, I've been a YouTuber for a while. I've been putting for 11 years. I've been putting mainly my life on Patreon in the last 3, but I've poked in back and forth into YouTube a little bit. But never have I ever received so many emails of companies trying to get me to sponsor their stuff. It's overwhelming. I mean, I'm kid you guys not, at least 10 emails a day. And you're like, what the heck is going on? Something shifted. Consumerism must have just like gotten to another level in the United States of America in the last like 4 years, maybe since COVID, I don't know. But I decided that now my rule is with the companies, I will only sponsor one of your products if you if you ship one for free to one of my subscribers. So far it's working. So we're going to be giving you guys a free jump starter, one of these. One of these, baby. I haven't made the sponsored video for them yet. I did make the short for them, but I'm still going to make like a feature in one of my, like an integrated feature in my video. And that's when I'll announce the live for that one. Today we're going to be doing a different one, but this one's coming if you guys want a jump starter. I also scored you guys a rooftop AC unit from Out Equip Pro. So that one's coming. They're sending me over the contract, but they love the idea. They were going to send me another unit, and I thought about just selling it because I already have one. And it's so funny that they reached out and asked to sponsor. So I'm like, you guys do know that like you've been communicating with me to help troubleshoot my AC, right? And I think it was just a different department. I don't know, but if it was a coincidence or they became aware of me after I told them that I was a content creator and I wanted them to help me like troubleshoot so that I could give, true feedback to what was going on. We also have this one coming up. I'm getting to the one that we're doing today. We're doing another code reader, but I still have to use it. It was supposed to work in the Bronco, but it didn't work, and because my Bronco doesn't have the right hookup, so I'm having a hard time making this video. But see, I have 2 in my hands because one's for you. Hold on, I thought I had. Where's the one we're giving away today? Son of a gun! Hold on, where'd it go? You went somewhere with it. Hold on, I think it might be in the. Is it in the truck? Where'd it go? Well, son of a gun. Hold on, you guys. I gotta run out here in my truck. Hold on. Hello? Are you here? You're not in here. Oh no. Don't you come out here, Gus. You are fenced in, mother effer. You are fenced in. Hold on. Gotta find the giveaway. Hold on, it might be over here. Well, that was really. Morgan, you screwed that one up. I don't know where it went, but I have it. It's somewhere around here. Hold on, buddy. No barking. No barking. Hold on. I have my mattress over here. I like roll it into kind of a ball so that my dogs don't walk around on my mattress well, it's the daytime, so they just stay on their own beds. Okay, well, whatever. I'll find it. But it's the ThinkScan 662 code reader that I just did in my latest video. So if you guys want a code reader, all you have to do is go over. Where could I possibly have put that thing? Go over to that video, and you have to leave a comment saying ThinkScan 662 and why it would be a handy tool for you to have. And then I'm going to write your name down on one of these cards. My Patreons, if you're a Patreon, you get 3, so you get a better chance of winning. So if you're a Patreon and you go leave that comment on my Patreon video, you'll get 3 entries. But if you are just a beautiful YouTube subscriber, you'll get 1. And we're going to put them in a bucket, and I'm going to pull a name. And one of you guys are going to win. And guess what? I'm going to send it to you. And I'm going to seal it with a kiss. So I hope you guys enjoy that. I will be reading the names during this live stream, writing them down on this, and we're going to do a drawing at the end. So the winner will be called tonight. That's why I had to start the live stream. I'm like, girl, you are running out of time. It's going to get dark. But Yes, Jose, that's one of the pretty scarves that you gave me. It is a window curtain. Otherwise, you guys would be blinded in the face right now. It's a little warm. Maybe, oh, you know what? I'm a little nervous. I haven't done a live stream in a minute. Hold on, let me chug some of this. Mm. No chewing on ice. You're live streaming. Okay. I'm addicted to chewing on ice. Anybody else like that? Oh, I forgot to put my bracelets on. How cute are these? Carrie gave them to me. Thank you, Carrie. Thank you for giving me my bracelets. She works at the marina. Is that one of, yes, we read that. Super Lars dude says, Morgan, with all these hundreds of things you do and have done, you stay strong through all of it. You have the biggest heart. Oh, glad I know you. Well done. Thank you. Now you are a sponsor queen, it seems. Sponsor videos are so bad for your YouTube channel. Okay. YouTube claims that they don't suppress your videos, but through experience, I don't know. I feel like if you do your own ad in the video, they for sure suppress it. So I don't know if it's best for the channel, but hey, I don't really mind getting low amount of views, um, as long as I still have my community. So I figured that'd be a great way to give back to you guys instead of just like slamming you with ads all the time. Get you guys some free products to give them away. Thank you. You guys are so sweet. So chewing on ice is low iron. Oh yeah, I've had iron deficiency my whole life. Okay, I'm going to go to one of my shorts that I asked a bunch of questions and see if I can answer some questions that you guys left in those comments. Okay, the first one, YouTube videos provide controlled glimpses into people's lives. You seem to lead a fairly solitary existence. Do you have close friends and family that you maintain relationships with? C. Crees, one asked that. Yes, I do. Um, but I've always been pretty independent because there's a false narrative that went around the internet from some guy that I'm not very fond of, that I was emancipated and that my family won't touch me with a 10-foot pole, and that's absolutely not true. I have a great relationship with my family and have for a very long time. I mean, but I'm very distant from them, and I have been that way since I was about 17. I moved out when I was 17 years old because my parents left Huntington Beach, California, and went inland about like almost 2 hours. And I had a life. I had a boyfriend. I was working at PF Chang's, and my grandfather had been passing away for like a year prior. And my mom and dad were gone taking care of him. And during that time that they were gone, I got to see what it was like to just be alone. And then when they came back, I think I was 15 at that time. When they ccame back, it was like I could hardly adapt to them now. I was 16 because I had my driver's license in my own car. I had to now tell my parents like where I was going when I hopped in the car, and I was just the type of person that loved to drive. And my mom said, "You're not allowed to drive without a destination." And like suddenly having rules again was really hard for me to adapt to. And so I immediately just started, I always was really responsible as a kid. And I just made sure to maintain that like trust and responsibility so that my parents would trust me enough to move out. And then on my 16th birthday, my parents gave me like all my presents were pots, pans, everything to move out. Like I was dead set on being an adult. So on my 17th birthday, they moved 2 hours inland, and I asked my mom, can I just get an apartment? And I ended up moving in with one of my coworkers from PF Chang's, and she paid my rent. After that, I stayed in Huntington Beach, a Newport Beach area. My family was now 2 hours away, living on a raw piece of land with no power or generators. It was hillbilly central, but I still worked for their best friends that owned a wedding videography business, and I still worked for my dad as a wedding photographer. So I would go up there and like edit videos and go up there and see my dad on the weekends when we would do weddings together. But shortly after, like about 2 years, I decided that I wanted to move to Hawaii and like fulfill my childhood dream of living on Oahu. So I moved to Oahu. I lived there for about a year and then moved to Louisiana and stayed there for about 3 months. And then my grandparents wanted me to come work for them in Anaheim. So then I went and worked for them. That didn't turn out so well. My grandfather just was ill and just got really weird on me. and that ended my relationship with my grandparents. But after that, I was just struggling a lot mentally and with my drinking. I started drinking right after things went south with my grandfather. And so I tried to move back to Hawaii, and I was just drinking every single day on the beach. It wasn't good. And then I moved back and I stayed with my brother. My parents had now left that property and decided to move in with my brother to get off of this piece of land that didn't work out for them. And they were getting their life together because the recession had hit and they lost like everything. And so they were getting their stuff together, and I went and stayed there for like a month. And then while I was there, I went to Las Vegas and I met a guy. He was a bouncer at Dre's After Hours. And now I was like, I have to move to Las Vegas. So I moved to Las Vegas and stayed there. But right before I moved, I met somebody else, Brett, whom would end up being my boyfriend throughout the majority of my 20s. And right before I moved to Vegas. And so when I was in Vegas, I was like torn between these two guys. One was this like badass, bouncer. It was so hot and like knew everybody in the town and got us into every show. And but he had women just hanging all over him, and I had a really hard time with it. I mean, I was confident, but these girls that were in Vegas were like on another level, like big fake boobs, and like I tried to hang out. Like I tried my hardest, but one night I was hanging out with Rick, that was his name, and a couple girls, and the that were his friends. These girls were, what do you call them? Escorts, but like high-end escorts. Okay, so they were really hot, and we're at this girl. So we go to this girl's house. We leave this club. We go to this girl's house. I'm like a jeans and a flip flop type of girl. So I was already having a hard time keeping up with like wearing heels, buying dresses. It just wasn't my style, but like trying my hardest to keep up. Then one night he invites me out and he's like, hey, I want you to meet some girls. It'd be good for you to have some girlfriends. I'm like, okay. So I go out. Mind you, every other weekend, Brett was coming to Vegas to visit me. I was so torn between the two. Brett was trying to become a police officer, went to college, had like a family that he was helping take care of back in like Temecula, where my whole family lived. So it like made sense to be with Brett because if like it just he was like a good guy. And then Rick was the bad boy. The bad boy was fun. And so like I was really torn. Both of them didn't know about each other. And that was the only time I've ever dated two guys at one time in my life. And I never told Brett. Unless he ever watched this, he would have no idea. But we go out with these girls. We go to what was it? It was industry night at a club, and they're like blowing money out of the machines. Industry night is when all of the people that work in the industry are off, and so like the club goes nuts. I'm pretty drunk, and so were all the girls. And one of the girls gets way too drunk, and so the bouncers take her. I have to take her out of the club in a wheelchair, but because like we all kind of, she knows Rick and Rick knows everybody, he gets her special treatment. So they take her out in a wheelchair. Like 20 minutes later, I look over to my left and she's sitting right back next to me with a glass of champagne. I'm like, what the heck? Like she had like a second wind. Then all of a sudden she goes, we have to go. I'm supposed to hop on a plane to Europe. I'm like, Europe? She goes, yeah, I have a sugar daddy. I thought she was kidding. She wasn't kidding. So Rick's like, hey, we got to go. She needs to get on this plane. I'm like, okay. She's like, will you come with me and help her get ready at her apartment? This girl was on something. Okay. She was probably doing ecstasy, to be honest. But we go back to her apartment. She has this penthouse on the strip with like floor to ceiling glass windows looking out to the whole strip. It was only like on the third floor. And so it looked like you were just hovering right over the strip. I walk in there, I'm like, holy cow. And this is all yours? She goes, yeah, the sugar daddy I'm about to go see is who pays for all of this. She's like, we have to get me on that plane. I'm like, okay. So she's like, will you help me take a shower? So I help her take a shower. This girl's butt naked. Get her dressed, get her bags packed. He's just in the living room. That's why he wanted me to come to like legit help this girl get dressed. So get her all ready to go, take her to the airport, get her on the plane. And then on the way back, I'm talking to Rick. I'm like, was that real? Like, she really has like a sugar daddy? He goes, yeah, all those girls do, Morgan. Like, you might want to consider it. Like, what? Around that time is when I realized, oh no. Then, like a couple weeks later, after Brett had come and gone, I was like now falling in love with Brett. But I was also in love with Rick, and we were just such polar opposites. Brett left. I go straight to Rick's house, and I'm like, I'm distraught. Okay, he has no idea why, but maybe he did, because all of a sudden he goes, "Oh my gosh, I have to leave. I have to pick a woman up from the airport, and don't worry, she's just a friend." I'm like, okay, whatever. I'm trying to act cool. Like, I'm not jealous. I'm like, I'm the cool girl. And I had pretty much learned how to be the cool girl after living in Hawaii, because I dated a pro surfer. And in order to land him, you had to be like chill, you know? So, like, I knew how to be chill, like, not like questioning things, or, just be cool, Because you meet a lot of famous people when you're like around these kinds of guys. And so you just got to be chill. So I was chill. But about, I don't know, a couple hours after he left, all of a sudden I get was it MySpace at the time? Like a MySpace message from the girl that he picked up saying that, hey, your guy is really good at, and like says something that's kind of like sexual. And I'm like, what? I read her back like, what? And she goes, yeah, we're in a hotel room right now. I don't know if he obviously told her to do that. I don't know what it was. He like wanted to sabotage the relationship. I really don't know, because like a week prior to that, he was telling all these other coworkers that, like, I think that's my future girlfriend. So things were getting a little serious. And now I think he probably, because I've done it now too, like when things get serious, you just purposely sabotage it because it's not actually what you want. And he had some trauma from like his ex-wife. But anyways, so that's when I noticed that like this guy was a player, and there was no way I was ever going to turn him into like an actual boyfriend. And so I left Las Vegas, and I packed up I got a staph infection. I went to a party at the Mirage in the pool, and I had just had my toes done, and I got a staph infection in my toe, and it hurt really bad. So I beelined it back to Temecula and went to the hospital, had my parents take me, and then Brett took care of me. And after that, Brett and I were we were a thing. So I did live in Temecula, where my whole family lives. This is a long answer to your question. Do I maintain relationships with them? So I did live in Temecula for like a year, and I was close to my family for the first time in my adulthood. But then I decided to move down to San Diego and start that business where I distributed gear to the military. And once I moved to San Diego, that was it. I never lived near my parents again. They did work for me for a little while. When I started to take off, my parents would drive down and help me out, but it wasn't working out too well. So instead, I just started giving them money, and then just said, like, you guys don't need to come help me. And I saw them a few times when I lived in San Diego, but they were running a daycare and really busy. And then I was with Brett, and then I decided to ultimately leave. But right before I left California, I refurbished my dad's Suburban, so I got to see them a little bit during that process. And then I left, and my dad, I remember him hugging me and crying, and he's like, "This is the last time we're gonna see you, isn't it?" And I'm like, "No," and I haven't seen him since. But yeah, I left California, and I did invite my parents back. I saw my little brother flew to Memphis when I lived there. I saw my older brother in 2023 after my ex had me arrested for something I didn't do. I went straight to my older brother's house and waited for the charges to be dropped from the district attorney, because I didn't do what he said I did. And that all happened. So the DA dropped the charges, and I saw my brother during that time, but I wasn't anxious to like see anybody else, because it was just a horrific time. My mugshot was going viral around the internet, and I had a huge shiner, and I just looked like a wreck. It was really bad. So I avoided everyone, and then the moment the DA dropped the charges, I took off to the other side of the country again, and now I'm in Florida. So that's been that. Um, my brother and I had a little bit of a rough patch last year, but for the first time in our whole lives, we've never fought. And I didn't talk to him for a few months, but then just this past January, I was like, I'm not going to ghost my brother. So I reached out, and he's doing really well. And today he sent me some pictures. He bought a little tiny home and a piece of land, and he just put a little tiny home on the land, and he goes there on the weekends. And today he was sending me pictures of the spray foam that he's doing. So we keep in touch, but I've always pretty much been riding solo my whole life, my whole adulthood. But I I've just never been the type, like, it's so weird. So many of my other siblings have like needed that closeness from the family. I've just never been that way. I don't know. We're doing the whole history. No, it was like a question if I'm still close to my family. So I was just kind of giving the history on like more of my independence because it's Independence Day. I don't know. I just like being alone. Um, but when like catastrophic things happen with the dogs and stuff, that's when I miss having like a support system and being across the country from everyone. That's when it gets hard. You're like, oh gosh, because I've tried to create relationships with like people that I meet on this side of the country, but it just doesn't turn out so well. I don't know. I don't know. I guess you really can't like you can try to form those types of bonds. But at the end of the day, everybody's so judgmental. I'm judgmental. And when you don't have that like family tie, I think it's easier to just be like, "Oh, they did something I don't like." Like the last people. I thought they were going to be like my family for a while. That's how we treated each other. And then I rescued a dog and they were like, "Absolutely not." And it like ended the relationship. She came back later and wanted to be friends and like 2 months later and I told her no. I'm not gonna be treated that way. I'm not gonna be dropped and then you can just call me back up when you feel like being friends again. That hurts my heart. So Lumi is setting boundaries. Maybe it's you. I think it's a combination of things. I'm really nice to people, but I get I get irritated pretty quickly when like the people that I was staying on their property before, just this last one. Um, I wanted to move off of their land because it was right on a busy road. And like she just got offended that I wanted to leave because they wanted me to stay there full time and they were going to build out this area in the back. So the moment I wanted to leave, she just started acting weird. And I moved to a new place and then she just shows up one day with her husband. They look kind of shocked that I was there because I told her I wanted to move to a place where like people didn't know like where I lived. And so she clearly, it felt like she was just doing it to let me know, like, see, you're not that hidden. I was still able to find you. But when she rolls down this dirt road and then I don't think she expected me to be there. She's like, oh, I brought back your gloves and like hands me these gloves. And she's all like nervous. And then I'm like, do you want to come in? And like, she's, oh, no, we got to go. I just wanted to bring those back to you. They're like a pair of 99-cent gloves. I was like, you clearly just did that to show me that haha, I found you. You're not that hidden. See, my place isn't that bad. Like, I don't know. But that's what ended that relationship. It's like, it goes from wanting me to be in their life to forever to like full on, like, I think we all struggle with like loss, feeling abandoned. And so I think that me wanting to leave that property made her feel abandoned. And that's probably why she acted the way that she did. She was hurt. She didn't want me to go. And so we all expressed that in different ways because I've been there too. And then, you know, I think the last people just really saw me as like a daughter. And so, I mean, I think anyone in their right mind would be like, Morgan, 4 dogs is too much. So, of course, when I take in this new dog, they're not happy about it. But at the end of the day, I'm an adult and I'm going to do whatever I want to do. And it was their prerogative to be able to say, we don't want that dog on our property. So I left. But I did run into them at a gas station and talk to her for a little while. And we're fine. But I did tell her that she wanted to be friends. And I said that it won't be the same as it was before. What is neurodivergent? What does that mean? I know, right? I'm with you, Gifted Green. I want to read another question. Sevenities2677 said, number one, health, being out in the internet and how things turn. People do care. Two, that's not a question. None of these are questions. My question is, all right, ask the question. My question is, do you have any special plans for upcoming trip? Have you decided on a departure date? And are you planning on sharing the trip with YouTube? Yeah, I make a lot of plans and then catastrophic things happen and then they don't go to as planned. And yes, I had a few places in mind, but I came up with a new plan. Oh, I can't share it just yet, but I came up with the most epic travel plans of all time. Everyone wants to watch you travel. Absolutely, and we'll get there, but you do what you can, you know? Anybody have any questions in the comment section? I will read them. Tell me if you can still hear me. I've been trying. Look, I was supposed to hop on a caravan on July 15th, okay, with somebody else that's traveling. And I was going to bring you guys with me. I was bringing everybody. Look, I got the Bronco decked out. It's done. We're like ready to go, kind of. I'm still waiting on some tilt mounts for the solar panels. But then my dog gets almost eaten alive and is bloody and punctures all over him. And I spent all day at the vet. And then I had to get x rays on his foot. I'm like, now you can't jump in and out of the truck. Traveling has changed, Matt. So I came up with a new travel plan. I feel like I have to tell you guys. What happened to the dog? Okay, so I have a property here. The dog. When I first moved to my land, the neighbors' dogs were kind of like treating this as their yard, which was fine. I love dogs. Everybody seemed to get along just fine. But one of their pit bulls, Miles, would run him off the land every time he'd see him. Like, that pit bull was not allowed near the small dogs. He was not allowed on the land. Miles learns his boundaries very quickly. Like, that dog's very intelligent. All my dogs, my 3 dogs are very intelligent, and I believe it's from so much traveling. But Buddy's crying. He wants dinner. You guys want to see a little buddy boy? There's Buddy on his back whining in my pink bra. Hold on, Buddy. We're going to have dinner in a little while. But anyways, so I noticed that when I first moved here that Miles would, like, his hair would go up and he would chase this dog off. And I was telling Miles, like, be nice, stop it, cut it out, you know? Didn't really think much of it, but, you know, whatever. And that was that. And then I get Gus Gus. And all of a sudden, one night, I hear this lady screaming. I've never heard a lady before. I was like, what the heck? And I run outside, and I notice this lady screaming, like, right on our property line. Because, so there's, like, the whole line that goes all the way down for quite some ways. But around this area, towards the back of my property, there's a little opening that goes straight to the neighbor's house. I believe this all used to be one lot, and then at some point in time in the last 40 years, it was subdivided, but that little opening never closed back up. But I think they also continued to trim it, because why not? No one's ever lived on my land before. He's lived there for 35 years. Why not use the neighbors' that land for your dogs that has never been used in the 35 years you've lived here, you know? So I believe they've kept it trimmed. I've never asked. I should ask. It's the same neighbor that lets me use their water. He let me tap into their well. And very kind, but I've only met the man. It's just him. His wife passed away. And then he has, like, some kids around my age live there. I'm not sure if it's his son or if it's his son's friend, but I haven't met them, like, officially yet. But anyways, I hear this lady screaming, and I run out there, and in this dog, like, it's Gus and this dog getting in a fight right in that little section on our property line, that little area that's open. So I'm like, oh my gosh. And I run up there, and I didn't know what happened. So I'm like, this is before I had cameras. And so I couldn't, like, play back to see what happened, but it was, like, literally on our property line. But screaming, yelling, you know, Gus, come on. And Gus isn't fighting back. And this dog is going, every time Gus tried to get up, like, try to get away, this dog was just chomping away at his ankles. And finally, they got their dog off of Gus and didn't say a word to me. She just left. And that's fine, you know, whatever. But I was a little traumatized and had to bring Gus in and, like, address his wounds. I noticed they were just punctures. I put my silver water. I make really cool silver water. It's so good for your dog. It heals wounds, like. Anyways, put that on there. By the next morning, everything already had, like, little scabs. Didn't have to bring him to the vet. There was no, like, excessive bleeding, but there's good punctures on him. And you should see his legs. Now he has all the scars from bite marks. It's just like teeth. So that happened a few weeks ago. And then I was just dumb. It was, like, not even a few weeks ago. It was, like, 2 weeks ago. I've been gathering fence, and I've been wanting to fence off this area, but it's just, like, a really long portion I need to fence. And I didn't even consider just doing a smaller circle within my land, which I don't really want to do, because the whole reason why I have land is so that my dogs can run free on my land. And so I've been battling this little, like, thing, but I just figured Gus, at that point in time, I didn't think Gus was a fighter. So I'm like, well, Gus didn't instigate that, so they just need to keep their dog away, and we should be good to go. But Gus decided to go wander back over towards that property line because he chases all the squirrels and there's a bunch of bushes right there. So while he was on that line, then the other dog has become super territorial of his property, runs up to the property line, and they get in another fight. But this time, Gus was like, screw you, and decided to fight back. And these dogs, this is why I lost my voice, would not let go of each other. For I it was so dark, it was midnight, so I had to turn my flashlight on, and I decided to videotape it because at this point I was convinced that one of them was going to pass away, and so I at least wanted to get video to show that this was happening on my property in case like something was going to go down. You never know. And so I turned on my video camera. There's 20 minutes of us trying to get these dogs separated, and they kept going deep. We so a man runs out, the guy that I haven't met that lives in like a camper behind the house, and his girlfriend, and that was the girl that I believe was screaming at the dog before. And we're getting along, thank goodness. And I'm proud of myself. In the past, if anything has ever happened to my dogs, I like lose the plot. I'm going psycho on everybody, but sobriety, love it, have control. And I'm just, oh my gosh, we have to get them apart. Oh my goodness, I'm screaming. And I'm like, oh no, it's over. Like it's over. This is over. They are ripping into each other. They have each other's necks. And then as that guy's, his dog has a collar on it. So I grabbed the collar and he couldn't get it. And then the dogs just started backing up into this bush that is vines. I mean, just pure vines. You need a machete to get through it. Now they're in a bush and they're backing up so far into it that we cannot reach them. I'm going crazy. I'm going absolutely crazy. The video is insane. I haven't watched the whole thing, just a few clips, but I'm screaming, it's over, it's over. And then I run and grab a hose and I start like trying to get into the bush. I have no shoes on, but I'm like, I don't know how I didn't scrape up my feet, but I'm screaming and yelling and praying to God, like, God, please keep them safe. God, please keep them safe. And I'm spraying the hose and they're going deeper into the bush. He's like, I need a machete. I need a machete. And he's like telling his girl to get a machete. I run and grab a fire hydrant, my fire extinguisher. And I go and find the dogs. My fire extinguisher doesn't work. I run back, grab another one. That one out too. So everybody test your fire extinguishers. I have two of them not work. Thank goodness it wasn't a fire. But then he grabs a shovel and he's like, don't worry, I'm not going to hurt him. And then in the video, you see him just like bashing into the dog, my dog. But he's like, it's okay, whatever. It's fine. But trying to get him separated, nothing's working. Absolutely nothing. At this point, we can't even see them. And it's pretty quiet, but they're still going at it. There was no like, it was like a quiet fight. And I thought it was over. So trying to think back now, I'm pretty sure I blacked out at this point, screaming at the top of my lungs, stop it, get away. Anyways, all of a sudden, I look over and Gus is walking out of the bushes and his mouth is covered in blood and it's just dripping down his mouth. And I'll never get this image out of my head. The way he walks out was like a lion. He's just boom, 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 boom. He's 90 pounds. And I'm convinced that other dog is dead. Oh my God. And I'm convinced he's got to be ripped to shreds. And so I'm like, what are you doing? Get over here. And like, get him over, walk him to my truck, open up the truck, turn it on, turn the AC on, get him in there. He was able to jump up on the truck. I didn't know if he was going to be able to, but he did. But at the time now I know his adrenaline was just going. Put him in the shut the door of the truck. I'm about to go to the emergency room, but then I run back because I need to figure out am I taking two dogs in the emergency room? So I run back and they still couldn't locate their dog. And so I'm like looking around for him. And then she's like, come here, baby. Come here, baby. No, I can kind of see him. I can kind of see him. And then I ran back and started to address Gus. I needed to see if he was like about to pass away and see if like I needed to start getting on the road. This was late at night. I don't live next to a vet that's open, so I was going to have to drive quite a while, like over an hour to an emergency room. So I went back. Hey, Bubby. It's okay. I'm going to cook dinner in a little while. Okay, just hang in there. I went and looked at him, and his mouth still had blood on it, but when I gave him a bowl of water, like a lot of the blood was disappearing. And then I started looking around all over his body, and I wasn't seeing like any parts of his skin like missing. And so then I ran back over to them, and their dog had run out of the bushes at this point and ran underneath their camper. And so I wanted to like try to see the condition of their dog. I love dogs, okay, like on another level. So I wanted to see like as if their dog was okay. So then I was like peeking underneath the camper and shining my light on him. And then that dog started growling at me, and they're like, "Oh, you got to back up because he doesn't know you. You got to back up." And I'm like, "Okay, I'm gonna go. Like, just let me know if you guys need anything." And then I went back to the truck and continued to assess Gus and noticed that he wasn't like bleeding anywhere profusely. So I brought him into here and turned on the light, grabbed Jose's first aid kit, and just started putting Neosporin all over he had a puncture right here next to his eye, and then just scrapes all down and around his neck, but nothing was bleeding or open enough to need stitches. So I knew I didn't have to go to the emergency room because he wasn't losing any blood. And then I looked at his mouth, and it almost seemed more like that blood had come from the other dog than him. However, now my opinion's changed because I did bring him to the vet, and he opened up his mouth the next day. The next morning, I made it to the vet, and he opened up his mouth, and he had a huge bite in his mouth. And then, yeah, a puncture next to his eye. But when we woke up in the morning, he couldn't walk at all. And so, and he had a huge lump right here. So he had an x-ray, and by the grace of God, it wasn't broken. I was convinced it was broken. But, and of course, let me tell you something. I was telling Jess this today. Of course. Oh, to answer the question a little bit more, and other people do I maintain relationships with? Yes, I've met a lot of people online that are my friends, and I really count on them, and I love them so much. And Jess is one of them. She's one of my Patreons. I was talking to her and telling her that, when I'm on the phone with the vet first thing in the morning, I'm like, okay, you guys have anybody that's there that can like help me get him out of the truck? He wasn't walking. You have anybody that can like help me lift him? I'm not going to be able to do it on my own. If you don't, I have to bring him somewhere else. And like we're arranging people to come help me, right? And like I I have this ramp. He's able to get up the ramp and into the truck. So thank goodness for that. But by the time I got to the vet, he sees the lady that comes to the door to outside to help because they just came out. They didn't like wait to see if I was able to get him out on my own. And the moment I open the door, he jumps out of the truck and just walks with this lady. This guy doesn't give two craps if he's at a veterinarian's office. He doesn't care if he shoves something up his butt, like when they took his temperature. Like he just loves people. He just loves attention, loves people. And that's what I mean. I'm telling you, I'm looking at him, looking at squirrels right now. But so now he's walking all normal. The moment we get to the vet, and I'm like, you son of a gun. You son of a gun. You're acting like you can't walk all morning. And now hey, Gerald, how's it going? Like, so we walk on into the vet and we're in the room and he's all happy to see everybody. And yeah, she grabbed the thermometer, stuck it up his butt. He didn't even care. He was looking at her. And then they took him away to get an x-ray and he just prances on and off with them. I was pissed. I look like such an idiot. I look like I'm the biggest drama queen of all time. I'm like, I can't put a collar on him. Like, I think he's pretty torn up. Like, by the time the vet was looking at him, it just looked like some scrape. I have that silver water, dude. I'm telling you guys, get that silver water. I make it myself, colloidal silver. I make it myself. I don't know about that stuff you buy, but if you spray that on your dogs, when they have a wound, watch the magic happen. So, is Gus gay? I did find out that the dog next door is a male. So, anyways, yeah, kind of like Buddy when I was in Memphis. Exactly, Jose. So, yeah, he had an x ray, a few $100s later, pain pills, and some antibiotics. Gus is jumping all over the place. I was like, we shouldn't have given them the pain pill. Like he's chasing squirrels, getting underneath. I did fence off, a little portion of my property, which I'm hating right now. I hate it. We got to figure this out. I started a GoFundMe if you want to help me, if you want to donate money to my fence cause. Because what are we going to do? I don't know even what to do. If you guys saw what I have, he's going underneath the chicken wire, okay? I don't know what to do. I'm going to have to dig a trench. We have to give him land to roam around on. We can't just portion off a small area. So, but we got to keep him safe. But thank you for linking my GoFundMe. It's like, I don't know what to do. And that's where this has been the problem with my life right now, is that I have this hard time doing anything legit on the land when I just got the Bronco done to do some travel vlogs to make money, to save money, to do legit things on the land. You see where I'm at here? And it's like, and then things keep happening that's preventing us from leaving. And then I'm like, so now I'm doing ghetto stuff, just straight ghetto stuff around here. Like I've got a pallet, a what do you call it? Steel roofing is one portion of the fence, and then a bunch of just all that dog fence I got that's only 4 feet high. He blows through it. He blows through it or underneath it. I've spent the last 2 days just like looking at him on the other side of the damn fence. And you know what he did yesterday? He went back over to the property line. I'm like, what? He went back to the bush. So towards the end of the property line is where it gets real bushy. And he went back there and he was trying to get in there. And I was like, you're trying to see if you killed that dog. How's the other dog? Have no idea. I did talk to my neighbor. So it's not his dog. And he called me and I answered the phone the morning after and he's like, hey, are you all right over there? And I was like, yeah, did you hear about what happened? And he's like, no, what happened? But he always checks on me. He's like, this guy is amazing. He's always makes sure I'm good. If he like doesn't see my car leave the driveway, like I said in my other video, all my neighbors know that I'm a YouTuber. They all know I've had some weird stalker things in the past, and like we're all just keeping an eye on each other. But he's really been above and beyond and making sure I'm always good. But he's like, no, I didn't hear anything. You know, I'm hard of hearing. I was like, you didn't hear screaming? He's like, no, you know, I'm hard of hearing, so I didn't hear anything. What happened? Like, yeah, he's got a bad fight. The dog's got a bad fight, and he's like, I was like, do you know if their dog is okay? And he goes, well, I saw him this morning, and he looked right at me, and he looked like he was good. So I was gonna go over and offer some of my antibiotics and pain pills, but I haven't seen them. It's been the holidays, so I don't know. Have fun, Jeff, on your golf cart ride. Happy 4th of July, you guys. I'm glad that we're here talking. Thanks for listening to my stories. I hope you don't feel alone. What are you guys doing today? Anybody do anything fun? I know that Marco. Oh, and I also want to start doing some names on our free giveaway for the ThinkScan 662. If you guys want to win a ThinkScan 662, you go back to the video I just posted and you put ThinkScan 662 in the comments and why you think it'd be a handy tool to have. And then you're going to be entered in the drawing to win it. And I'm going to pick a winner tonight so that you guys have more of a chance to win. Can you still hear me if it's right there? Are you so lonely? So let me go to that video and let's see if anybody else has entered, because I'm going to do this drawing at 8:10 p.m. just to make it even better for you guys. Ooh, baby. Even like, an easier win, you know what I mean? So you have less people to be up against. So it's called I Bought the Tool They Don't Want You to Have. Go back to that video, put in the comments, ThinkScan662, and why it'd be a handy tool to have. Or just put ThinkScan662. No, I told the company I would say that because it is good for them. It's good for like the algorithm if like other people are reading like, oh. So just real quick, why it'd be a handy tool to have. Let me go to the comments and I'm gonna write down some names and see if anybody else has entered, because how come I can't see the comments on my main screen? There they are. How fun, a golf cart parade. I saw that. Let me know if you can't hear this. Hopefully you can. If I need to hold it back up, I know a lot of people would rather have it clipped, but I think the sound is better if you hold it, but maybe if I put it right there. Is that okay? Let me know. Jess, you've been entered into the drawing. So the names I have so far for the ThinkScan 662. Where'd I put those? There they are. Nope. I'm just losing everything tonight. I can't believe I lost the actual ThinkScan 662. Where did that go? Give me just 2 seconds. Intermission while I find this thing. 1 second. Hold on. I just gotta run after the Bronco real quick. Maybe it's in there. Maybe you guys can hear me while I'm walking. Is it in here? ThinkScan? Where'd you go? Where is this thing? Maybe it's in the bathroom. Hold on. I was putting all kinds of things in here last night to get them out of the way. Hold on real quick. Aha! Nope, that's not it. You're kidding me. It's not in here. I don't know where that went. I have my bed over here. And it's burying everything. Oh, here it is. I found it. I found it. I found it. Okay. Oh no, my decorations. I found it. I found it. This is what you guys are gonna win. I like the light off though because it's better for my eyes. Would everybody like a treat? Let's give a treat. These are from Uncle Jose. Uncle Jose hooked us up with some treats. If you guys want to win this, go back to the video I just posted on what's this called? YouTube. It's called I Bought the Tool They Don't Want You to Have. It's the last video I uploaded a couple weeks ago. Put Thanks Again 662, and I'm gonna put you in a drawing, and we're gonna draw it. It's 8:15 tonight. Oh, I'll keep them safe tonight. I always stay with my dogs on the holidays. Would you like one, Mr. Miles Davis Daverson? Hold on, we have. Everybody's gonna want to see you. Hello, Mr. Miles Daverson. Would you like a treat? He's such a good boy. Boujii Freshka. There you go. Mr. Boo 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 Boo. Would you like a treat, Duderson? Duder. Treat. Treat. Can't hear. Can't hear anything. Buddy boy. Buddy. Watch out, this is for Buddy boy. Boo Boo Bear, come here. It's not for you. Gus needs to learn his manners. This is not for you yet. It's for Buddy boy. This is for Buddy boy. Thank you. You don't want it? It's right here, buddy. Look. Well, there you go. He's finally getting it. Jeez. Okay. Good boy, Gus. Did Miles already get one? I think he did, yeah. Sit. Sit. Good boy. You can have one more because you're the best. Okay. It's hot in here. You guys are making me sweat. I'm sweating. Happy 250th 4th of July, Morgan and the doggies. Thank you. My voice is coming back, you guys. You guys kicked the voice being gone. It's feeling good. You're doing an NY strip tonight, Jose? Ooh, nice. Baked potato. Ooh, yeah. Sounds good. Is this for a V8 or V6 engine? That's a good question. Look it up. Thanks again, 662. This is for, I think it works for both. Somebody look it up. I don't know. I really don't know. It's a good question, though. Okay, let's see if anybody else is being entered into the drawing. Comments. We're going to do newest first. After you lost all your actual papers. You're kidding me. Where'd I put the... Morgan, you're a mess. Watch out. Excuse me. Everybody move. Everybody out of my way. I put the other entries. Oh, they're right here. I found them. I got my big gold cup. So far, I've got Power Bronco. You've been entered into the contest. Mark Wilson, you've been entered into the contest. You get 3 entries if you're a Patreon and leave the comment on the Patreon video. It's over there. You better be quick. You're running out of time. You got 15 minutes, my friends. Ray Iverson, 1951. Coming in hot. Ray Crump, 3 entries. Coming in hot. Jose Rojo, coming in hot. Jess Adventures, Oh Baby Girl. And CBean0017, which so far I like your reason why you should have it the most. But it's an equal opportunity kind of drawing. Not really. Patreons get more of a chance, but think car. Oh, it's think car. I've been saying think. I've been saying what they keep confusing me. Think car, think scan. That's too much. Okay, just pick one. Think car, think scan. 662. 8:15 will be the drawing. Shaboom, boom, boom, shaboom, boom. Uh-oh, we got. If you guys have any questions, leave them in the comments and I'll answer while I'm writing down some names. We got Mr. 69 Motorcycle going into the drawing. I like that, motorcycle. That's freaking cool. I could never spell psycho, and you just taught me how. Thank you very much. Uh-oh, we got Sunflower. Divinity. Love it. So, since we're doing a live stream, I'm just going to give you guys... Should I give... Who have I told about this? Jose, should I give people a sneak peek about what I'm thinking about doing, or should I keep it to myself until the actual wheels get moving? Probably should keep it to myself. You go, girl. I'm fixing to hit the road with 3 dogs myself. I have a little bit bigger space than a box truck, but you're rocking it. Thank you for that super chat. I appreciate you. And it's going to my dog fence. I appreciate that. And good for you. I'm glad you're hitting the road. That's awesome. A box truck. I hope you have good luck, because I've been hearing so many bad things about just what it's like on the road these days when it comes to traveling in anything other than like trying to park anywhere other than like a designated spot that you pay for. So it'll be interesting to hear about your experience with the box truck. And eventually I will hit the road, but okay, I will keep it in. I think you're right, Jose. But I have a pretty cool idea that has nothing to do with the Bronco when it comes to traveling. But we'll eventually, Lulu, get that Bronco on the road. Let me ask you guys something. When it comes, so a lot of you saw that I had Hey, cut it. A lot of you saw that I had copper, buddy boy. I had copper brake lines, but they're actually nickel plated. Is that okay? Ray, I saw your message saying that that is okay. I'm not that. Rachel, you called it, I think, Cam. I love it. I've been calling it the wrong thing this whole time. Rachel Haslip. You're going in. You're going in. Uh-oh. I need to stop announcing it because I'm going to be sitting here for the next. Yeehaw. Oh, nice. I got Jenny Adams became a member on my channel. Thank you, Jenny. I'm going to enter you into the ThinkScan drawing. Because, you could always sell it. It's worth like $200. The other one's worth like $700, so wait for that drawing. And wait for the rooftop AC drawing, you guys, and the jump starter. I'm going to be hooking you guys up. I'm working on an electric bike, okay? I'm working on it. They sent it to me, but then they just completely ignored everything else in the email when it came to giving one away. So, working on it, but hopefully we'll get you guys an electric bike. But I'm pretty stoked about the rooftop AC. I'm going to do that drawing a little bit different. I really want somebody that needs a rooftop AC to get it, because all my times traveling and not having a rooftop AC unit and not being able to afford one, it was like that would have really been a game changer for me. So I want to make sure whoever gets it not only needs it, but also can facilitate it, because you do need a little bit of a battery bank in order to run that thing. So make sure it goes to a good home, basically. Hey, stop barking at Mr. Gus Gus. Blusk Arrow. You're going into the drawing. Are they making us license the electric bikes? I don't know. It depends on what state you live in. I don't think here in Florida. Ace Man, you're going into the drawing. Okay, now I'm gonna go over to my Patreon and see if anybody left a video, a comment over there. We're getting close. 10 minutes till we do the drawing. You're waiting for the spoil buddy for a week? What does that mean? Morgan, it's starting to feel like you're bringing us to watch you, and honestly, it's working a little too well. Yo, you're bribing us to watch you. Like, that doesn't make any sense. Yes, I am. No, I really wanted to know. I hate having a voice that's gone. No, quite honestly, it comes from a genuine place in my heart. Because I could just keep these products and sell them, you know, make some money. But when you've gone through hard times in your life, you're like, you know, life is always going to be different for me. Because, like, the people that help me out in my hard times, like, it just changes everything, you know what I mean? And it's important for me to, like, give back. And if I can give back to my little community, I mean, that it means a lot to me, because so many of you guys are really straight up in there for me. And what really shifted it for me was Renogy donating that. I call it a donation. Renogy sponsoring the system in my rig. It's so life-changing. And it's like, it's wild to think that, like, some of these companies have so much power to really change somebody's life just by giving away one of their products for free. And that's what, like, triggered the idea. I was like, well, wait a minute. Why am I not just asking all of these companies to also not only give one away to me, but, like, give me one away for free, so that this company and the and this one are the first ones I asked. And then I went back and asked, hey, no. Then I went back and asked the Jump Surge if they would like to do it. And then now I've made it part of my, Jackery reached out. They're trying to sponsor a video, but I told them I'm not accepting paid sponsorships right now, only doing it if they give away a free item. And they haven't written me back, so I don't know if I blew that one, but we'll see. Yeah, Renogy is really cool, Jerry. I am, is this sounding okay? Does anybody tell me, is it better here, or should I hold it to my face? Do you guys want me to hold it to my face? My lips. Let's see, did anybody... Oh, it's way down on the Patreon. There it is. And let's do some comments there. What's the retail cost of that Renogy system? I'm not sure. I know it's a little bit up there in like the terms of, like, it's not a few $100s. It's going to cost you a few $1,000s, but it's worth it. And I may sell you on it on my video that's going up tomorrow morning on Unstoppable Morgan, because it's not a sponsored video. I probably should put that at the very beginning because it almost could look like it is. But I reached out to Renogy and I asked if they would be okay with waiting on the video. The only thing they ever asked of me was to install it and use it and show me using it in a video. I asked if they would be okay with waiting on that so that I could upload a couple of videos before. One was the unboxing. I wanted to upload that, and then installing it while I, like, tell stories about all the different times I was caught without power. Because 2 years ago, when I was renting in Florida, renovating a camper, Hurricane Helene came in and wiped out 90% of the town. And even if you had a generator, there was no gas stations to fill it up. And it really, like, obviously that's going to change your perspective on life a little bit. And when I rented the house in Memphis, I went through this ice storm. So it wasn't just living in the Bronco and struggling with power. It was, like, straight up going through natural disasters and not having power. And it always goes out when the weather's the absolute worst. So I wanted to make a video kind of, like, talking about that a little bit. After you watch that, you'll probably be sold on buying one. And I highly recommend it, because now you guys have seen me build out my own system using all of these cheap items off of Amazon. You know, the more fairly priced ones, like a DC charger that costs like $175, a lithium battery that costs like $250, solar panels that cost $100 each. None of it communicated. None of it wants to communicate. You know, the DC charger is not communicating with the lithium. The lithium, I accidentally blew the BMS, the internal BMS, and so it was just bad. And if I can go back in time, I wish I would have just invested a few $1,000s in their energy system that's meant to communicate and is badass. I mean, I was on ChatGPT asking it, like, I have the Go Further kit. I was like, how much? Because they offered to give me more batteries if I need it. Right now I have 600 amp hours. And I'm going to go ahead and go with the 600 for right now because of just like storage issues in the Bronco. But I was asking before I like didn't like take them up on that offer. I wanted to ask ChatGPT, hey, which I'll probably take them up if they would be willing to sponsor my next rig. I would love that. It's gonna be a lot larger, my plan in my head. But I asked it how long I could get like my Starlink to run simultaneously with my little refrigerator, also along with an AC unit, and it's like a couple of days before you need to charge it back up. The generator, the 2,000 watt generator, would run that AC unit for 8 hours. My 2,500 watt solar powered Blue Eddy runs that AC unit for 2.5 hours. Just the 375 watt window AC. That 700 watt rooftop AC, that 2,500 watt Blue Eddy would probably only run that thing for like 1.8 to 2 hours. I haven't plugged it into there because it's a DC to DC. It's a 12 volt AC unit, so you can't plug it into anything. But just that alone, my window AC unit is going to be able to run for over 22 hours with my system. No, I'm sorry. Is it 30? I think it's 30 hours. We're going to see. Wait for the video. But highly recommend it. It's worth having because when you go through tornadoes, fires, all of these, you know, crazy things that happen. Look, when Helene hit us in Florida, it was October. So it was already starting. It wasn't like deathly hot. But that same storm hit North Carolina and people passed away from hypothermia waiting to be saved. You know, had they had one of these systems in their rig, could have saved their life. Also, in my video that goes up tomorrow, I talk about how in Memphis, when the power went out for days after the ice storm, how unsafe I felt running that generator in my backyard because it felt like I was a target. All of a sudden, all you could hear, it was, you know, 20 degrees outside in a silent town where it just house. The only thing you could hear was brrr, Morgan's generator in the backyard. Scary. But in a system like this, you could turn on your truck. No one would even assume you're charging back up your battery supply, you know? Always fill up your tank before a natural disaster. So you don't even have to go anywhere. You just turn on your truck, charge up your batteries, and run all your appliances. It makes a lot of sense. You've been thinking about the Jackery 5000 expensive, but I can run my little Home Plus. Can take it with me. What do you all think? I have to look at the Jackery 5000. I'm still very iffy with them. I probably won't say anything about them right now because I am in the middle of working out a possible sponsorship, but I haven't used their products in years. I spent quite a few years not saying the best things about them because of my experience. It took incredibly long, and so they could have changed. So I think it would be a great reason for them to sponsor me again. I didn't reach out to them, they reached out to me. I figured that was all dead and done. But maybe they've changed things. I hope they have. I know from my experience living on the road, I was never able to charge that Jackery in less than a full night. So I'd have to get motel rooms in order to charge that Jackery back up. That was the worst part. I couldn't just like run into a gym and ask them. Like for instance, my 2,500 watt Blue Eddy, you plug that thing in, because I use that in my F-250 for my window AC that's in my F-250. Because when we go hang out in the park and stuff, Buddy sometimes likes to be inside. And I just run that while he chills in the truck and we play outside and throw sticks and stuff. But it will run that window AC for like 2.5 hours. You plug that into a wall, it will charge up in about an hour. Also, the Jackery's had a ton of issues with temperatures, extreme temps, busted. So it wouldn't, you couldn't charge it I was in -3 weather in the White Mountain National Forest, couldn't charge it. My newer system that they sent me when I got my camper 3 years ago, that one now you plug it into the wall, just doesn't charge at all. I don't know what's up. I don't know. But I personally would 100%. And I haven't used the Renogy system yet, but I've just seen, I've read a lot. I've met a lot of people that talk about them. Like their reputation is through the roof. You know, the only thing you see with Jackery are sponsored videos, and so I haven't ever seen anybody on the internet actually talk about that being a reliable source of energy for them and it being efficient and also being able to charge it in a decent amount of time. I feel like I've only been the only person to actually talk about the real stuff. It's all sponsored videos. So. And then with the Renogy, the only people I've talked to about that stuff are people that actually own units. And we're like, you know, so I don't know. Time's running out to enter the competition. We are at 8:15. We're doing the drawing. It is closed. Hold on, I have to check the Patreon though. Let me make sure there's no more page. But I told my Patreons to go to the other thing. Just want to make sure there's no new ones tonight. Hold on. Contest is closing. Let me make sure there are new comments here. Sort by the newest. 1 second. Shan. You didn't put the think card. Did you mean to just leave a normal comment? Yeah, she's probably just watching the video. Love watching Adventures Morgans and the fur babies. I have 2 awesome dogs, 2 sweet kitties. We live off grid. Thanks for the inspiration. You're so sweet. Okay, ringy dingy. Guess what? You're in the competition. You made the deadline. We are doing a drawing, my friends, tonight. Here it is. Happy 4th of July. Who's going to win? A code reader. Oh, I'm excited. I'm getting excited. I'm getting excited. Yes. And stay tuned because this is one of many giveaways. Next, we are doing the new car. This one's worth $700. This thing, you can override. You can like turn things on from the screen, like engage gas pump. But we'll get there. This one's really good too. You guys saw me use it in the last video. And then we're also going to be giving away a jump starter from Jump Surge. Jump Surge is coming in hot. So stay tuned, my friends. I'm bribing you to keep watching my channel. Topped On, you're also featuring you in this live stream. These are nice. 35 jumps off of one. I should just have a QVC channel. 35 jumps off one charge, baby. You know what I use this for the most though? Charging my cell phone. There is a C port. There is a USB, and there's all kinds of ports. And there's a flashlight. Haven't used that yet. Look at that flashlight. How do you turn that on? Not sure yet. Only complaint about it is the box. This is the way it smells. What's that smell? I do not know. But super great. Charge your cell phone. Sit by the bonfire and then jump somebody's car. You know what I mean? Jelly bean. Bill, what's going on? Bill, hold on. Bill, you're going into the drawing. Bill, did you want to think I'm putting you in anyways, Bill? You're in. Thank you for that super chat. Anybody that gives a super chat is in the drawing. Anybody that gives a super chat is able to enter the drawing for the next 2 minutes. I'm turning red. I'm getting a little hot. Okay, hold on. Bill, you are in the drawing for the Think Car, Think Scan, 662. If you need 35 jumps, it's time for a new car. That's not true. That's not true. My car, you have to turn on the ignition in order to roll down the windows, like most cars. You know, my Bronco, you don't. No, yes, you do. That's why you always kill your battery in the Bronco. I was thinking about what car did I have that I was able to roll the windows down? I miss those. Don't you guys just be able to roll the window down? But in any case, I turn that key, roll down the windows, and then just totally forget. I just start doing whatever I'm doing, you know? But I hang out in my car a lot, so I probably hang out more than the average person. So. Okay, I need something to pull. I need something. Actually, we could shuffle them like a deck of cards. That's a lot of. Dude, we actually got a decent amount of entries. Come on. Got some blank cards here. That's a decent amount of entries. Is this all entries? Oh, ho, ho. We're going to shuffle them up, baby. We're shuffling them up. Ooh, I'm going to have you guys pick a card. That's what we're going to do. That's what we are going to do. Bill, aloha. What are you doing for 4th of July? I know I missed the manual windows. Oh, we got another entry. Hold on. Oh, wait, actually, if you give a super chat for the next 2 minutes, you get 2 entries. PCHASE 1980. And I'm going to give you another one. Act B C. Oh, B Chase. Okay, gotcha. 1980. And let me give another one to Bill. I'm just going to put Aloha Bill. Aloha Bill. Yee to the ha to the ha. Dun, 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 dun. Oh man, I'm going to have to get more stuff to give away because this is just too much fun. This is too much fun. Do, 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 do. Here we go. Time's a ticking. You got 1 minute to get into this drawing for the Think Scan 662. Okay, are you guys ready? Are you guys ready? Are you ready? Happy 4th, Derek. Happy 4th. Love you. Love you so much. Love you guys. I really do. Oh, we got another one. We got another entry. We got PPG GORIL. You get 2, buddy boy. Gotta shuffle them up. Salon Wood. Is that Solomon? Your real name's Solomon, right? Am I getting that wrong? I think Morgan just figured out. You're the music guy, right? Yeah, 1330. I remember put your name in my video. Thank you for letting me use some of your music. I love your music. You're a great singer. You're a great singer. You got some good jams. You got some good jams. Can I make a request on what you're a good writer? Are you writing all those songs? I think you're writing them. I'm very impressed. But he said, I think Morgan just figured out how to get rich. Somebody check on the rest of us. We're about to be left behind. You're so funny. It's not a bad idea. Quite honestly, I was thinking about auctioning off the Bronco. Like, let's go. I was trying to get all the legalities behind it. You're not allowed to do a raffle in the United States of America. So you have, because Roman Atwood does this, and he does get rich, and that's why he keeps doing it. So he like raffles off straight up, not raffles, but he does a giveaway for like a truck, a really nice car. And he's been doing it a lot lately, and you know why? So he tells people that if you go over to his website and buy merchandise, that you get entered into the drawing, and every $5 you spend, you get an entry into the drawing. And he's got to be making millions. But in any case, you have. So I looked at the legalities around it. You're not allowed to do. Hold on, I'm gonna lift my boob up a little bit. I feel like they're kind of hanging on down there for dear life. You can't, you have to say no purchase necessary. That's part of it. So there has to be an area on your website that has in fine print, no purchase necessary. You can enter this drawing by like submitting a form, whatever it is that they came up with, by mailing this in or whatever. So it is a really good idea. And I'm thinking about doing it. Just not sure with what yet. We'll see. Because my new project that I want to build out is going to cost a little bit of money. But hopefully not too much. Because I think I came up with a good plan. Okay, are you guys ready to do this drawing? I feel like I'm ready. Okay, how are we going to do it? How are we going to pick a card? How are we going to pick a card? This is what we're going to do. We're going to cut the deck a couple of times. Are you guys ready? I'm ready. I feel like there'll be more winners than one. This is just way. Well, let's just focus on one at a time. Okay. Okay. We're cutting the deck. Ooh, I'm so nervous. I didn't expect there to be so many entries. Okay, here we go. No, Gus isn't aggressive towards my dogs. He's been defending himself. It is straight defense. It's all defense. The other dog is the one that's the aggressor, the neighbor's dog. Like Buddy, as you can see, Buddy barks, and Buddy like bosses Miles Davis around. Because remember, Miles took Buddy's eye when I first found Miles. Buddy's never stopped bossing Miles around, but Miles has now been trained to not be aggressive towards him. But Buddy does the same thing to Gus. Gus just like just walks the other way. My dogs have never had an issue with Gus. Nobody's been in a little bit of a fight. Nothing. It's like they're meant to be. But I still have been thinking about whether it would be a better idea to find Gus like a farm that he could just hunt on. I'm telling you, he wouldn't be fazed if he didn't have us. He just wants to hunt. He wants to sit outside and guard the property and hunt squirrels. Okay, how am I pulling one? Okay, this is what we're gonna do. We're going to cut the deck, and then the first 3 people to comment are gonna tell me which hand to then cut it again, and we're gonna start narrowing this baby down, okay? All right, I cut the deck. First 3 people to comment, left or right hand. Wait, I have to cut it again. Hold on, I have to cut it again because I think I just showed you guys the bottom. I'm showing you guys. Okay, here we go. We're cutting the deck. First 3 people to comment, left or right hand. Dun 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 dun. I'm gonna rub it on my titties and give us some good luck. Let's go. Oh yeah. Thank you, Paula. I appreciate you. Right hand it is. My right. Boom. Oh baby. Oh baby. Oh baby. Oh baby. We're going to shuffle this around. We're going to cut the deck again. We're cutting it again, baby. Whew. Left or right hand? First 3 people to comment. Dun 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 dun. I'm gonna be a game show host now. Ooh, Jose says right. Jose says right. First 3 people to comment. Marco says left. Marco says left. Dun 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 dun. Oh, we got another left. Best 2 out of 3. It's going left. We're going left, baby. Oh, wait, hold on. Bill says right. Oh, who's the deal breaker? Viking going with the left hand. Oh, oh, baby. Oh, baby. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Men are easy. Put on Unstoppable Morgan, a UFO video, and a Bigfoot sighting, and we're good for the rest of the day. Yes, absolutely. I know, I need to stop overthinking my videos. That's why I don't upload a bunch on USM. I'm like, I'll sit and edit a video for a week and just be like, no. Morgan, just stop. Okay, here we go. We're cutting the deck. Do you guys want to know who's in the deck still before we cut it? No, I think we just got to keep doing this. Let's go. Let's go. If you're new here, we're doing a drawing for, I think, Scan 662. Oh, I just saw who's still here. We got to shuffle again, because now that's not fair. Dun, 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 dun. Ooh, but it was a Patreon. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, here we go. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, baby. Okay, here we go. Left or right, baby? Jose says left. Jose says to the left. Oh, Marco says to the left. Here we go. Oh, the best 2 out of 3. Oh, left wins. Bam. Dun, 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 dun. I'm going to look. See. Oh, my goodness. Great balls of fire. Great balls of fire. Okay, here we go. Here we go. We got, oh, there's 4. I thought there was only 2. Oh, I just saw the other one that's still in here. Okay. We got 2 Patreons in the game. 2 Patreons have made the drawing for the ThinkScan 662. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, I'm a little sad. Somebody I wanted to win didn't win. Okay, here we go. Dun, 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 dun. Left or right? Oh, you're gonna think I cheated. Hold on. It's hard not to cheat. It's so hard not to cheat. Okay. 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 Because right there, I could have just pretended that left won. Okay, I didn't look. Left or right? Left or right? Starting now, from now. But Marco said left. Jose said right. Starting from their comments, best 2 out of 3 wins. Bill says right. 1J Jim if says right. Right wins. Here we go. Here we go. The last 2 are in the game. the after Super Lars dude, the left or the right hand, right wins. We have a winner for the Think Scan 662, and it is Jess Adventures. You have won, which is a Patreon. You have a star. Jess, I am so happy you won. I'm so happy a Patreon won. I'm sorry, I really wanted a Patreon win. And Jess, she deserves to win tonight because it is because of Jess why I'm live tonight. She made me laugh a little bit. Jess and Marco, you guys made me laugh, but Jess in particular, talking to you earlier, you just telling me, like, maybe you should take a little break. Your central nervous system's probably a little high from the whole dog fight. It's okay. Nobody knows you're going live. Nobody's going to be disappointed. I don't know. You just, like, giving me the encouragement that it was okay to, like, not go live made me feel strong enough to do it. Almost like, you know, when somebody tells you you can't do something, like, suddenly you get strong enough. You telling me it was okay not to do it made me feel like I was strong enough to do it. So Jess, I'm really happy that you won. It actually feels like it was written in the stars, to be quite honest. So, congratulations. You are winner, chicken dinner. Who was second? Let's see. Second was at Maros1455. Let's see who was in the other hand had we not gone with the left. It was going to be either Ray 1951, Ray Iverson, or Lulu Braux. Oh, Marco, you're right there. Oh, you were right there. Jess, you're a winner. I don't think she's even here right now. Jess, you're a winner, chicken dinner. Congratulations. I will be sending you your Think Scan 662. That's so stupid. Dun. It's good stuff. Winner, chicken dinner. We'll wait for Jess to come back. Oh, Jess, you're here. You're the winner. You won, Jess. I was just talking about you. I was saying thank you so much for giving me some inspiration to start my live stream tonight. So it's actually pretty wild that you won. Because of you, I'm here. So thank you very much. Not inspiration to do it, but inspiration to be okay with not being able to do it because I had lost my voice and wasn't feeling that great. Was a little depressed, and you made me laugh. So thank you for making me laugh. Your laugh gave me a little extra pep in my step today. So thank you very much. Because there's no such thing as being depressed on the holidays, even if you're alone. Because don't worry, my friends. If you're alone on the holidays, guess where you can always come? To my channel. Because it's been 4 years in a row, and I don't miss a holiday. Don't be alone for the holidays. Well, we're here. And I'm going to have some more games and some more fun stuff. And now I'm inspired to start my live streams again. Let's go. That was fun. Thank you, Gigi. I had a good time. Keeping you guys on your toes, you know? Any more kombucha left? Let's finish this out. Dude, when I first stopped drinking, I drank probably one of these a day. I don't know why. I was like addicted to them. I think my body was like craving sugar so hardcore in those first 3 months that like all the sugar in that really helped me out. But, oh, thank you. I love you too. Raquel, I'll never get it right. Raquel, Rachel? It's been this ongoing, it's like this saga for the last 5 years, I feel like. Is it Raquel or is it Rachel? But now I feel like I can't ever not say Raquel and Rachel because it's just been our thing. Oh my gosh, my glue is, oh, it's Fix. Oh, I thought it said Flexall. was like, dude, my clip might even work. Great handwriting. Thank you. Thank you very much. I actually do have some pretty decent handwriting. It's not bad. I mean, it could probably be a little bit better, but it's pretty solid. Oh, we had some spare ones in there. Do we have some empty cards in there? No. But you know what? I think what I'm going to do, because you guys are all so sweet and that was really fun, I'm going to keep these cards. And I'm going to come up with something else to give away. And we're going to do another drawing for just you guys who are in this deck. And maybe I'll let a few of you that give me super chats in the next live stream to enter this deck. But I'm going to come up with something fun to give you guys because you guys are such a good sport. Does it always make you laugh? Good, because it makes me feel really crappy, but then also make me laugh as well. What did Jess win? She won. Jess won the ThinkScan 662. Jess can now diagnose her own car, or she can hop on eBay and sell it. eBay, I don't know, whatever she wants to do. Facebook Marketplace. I really don't know where it went. I lost it again. We have a mattress over here that just eats everything. But yeah, in one of my next live streams, you guys, we'll be doing the jump starter. And then we'll be doing the really fancy smancy. You know what? Marco and Jose and Ray, some of my homeboys over here, and Bill, my homeboys. Maybe you guys didn't win that one because you were meant to win this one. And this one is actually la creme of la creme. And this one's coming next. Okay, we're doing this one next. Thank you so much, Mopar. Love you. Thank you. Thanks, you guys. It's been fun. It's getting a little dark. You know me. I could just talk all night. Look at that. My voice came right back. Just came right on back. But I also want you guys to have a good night. It's almost dark. It's almost... Yes, exactly. Now you can give your cheap one to your daughter. Perfect. Perfect. You know what amazed me the most about this ThinkScan 662 scanner was the fact that once it told you which code it was going off, like the code reader told you the code, it didn't stop there. Now it told you how to actually fix your car. It's like, what? You didn't need anything else. All of a sudden, it just told you the symptoms that you could be having, what to start, how to troubleshoot it, like how to narrow everything down to get to the actual root cause of why your car has that code on in the first place and how to actually figure out how to fix it. And then if it didn't, it was just mind-blowing. Go watch my video. This is one of the last ones I posted on Unstoppable on this channel. It's just absolutely amazing. It'll direct you to like a Google forums and YouTube videos and all kinds of stuff. It's just absolutely amazing. Did you say cream of the crop? I love that term, cream of the crop. Thank you. Do I look great today? Thank you. I'm so happy that 2 of my favorite shirts didn't make the pile of clothes that I lost at a laundromat. It's only 2:30 there. Bill, that's wild. That's so wild. That was the hardest thing for me, Bill, when I lived on Oahu, was like by the time I was getting my day started, New York was going to sleep. The whole East Coast was going to sleep. And I was a business gal. I was trying to do business. You know what I was doing at the time? I was selling like intimate toys. Not toys, intimate items like lubricants, creams, lotions, and potions. And I was starting a website and doing all these things and doing home parties where all these girls would come over and I'd talk about how to use like this like lube in 2008. So it wasn't like that's when people still had home parties because like your only options to really buy things was to go into a store. And a lot of people were too embarrassed to go into a store. So these girls, instead of having a Tupperware party, would have these parties with like lotions and potions and then bring them home to their men. Anyways, I did great on Oahu. And the pro surfer I was dating had like this big house with a house downstairs. And he let me turn that into like my shop. And so right when Valentine's Day hit, all the guys came over and like bought these, put together baskets. Like, give me $30. I put a $30 basket together. But yeah, that drove me crazy while I was there. And one of the reasons why I wanted to move off the island was that I felt like I couldn't really do business with the mainland because everybody was like going to sleep by the time I was getting my day going. So Bob's battery operated boyfriends. Yes, I do believe it, Jess. Everyone needs one for their vehicle. It's so funny that you want Jess. It's just so funny because of like all of our conversations we've had recently. And Jess was just talking about how like, it'd be nice to just have somebody like we were both talking about it. It's like it's nice to have somebody around to like help you do stuff. Well, Jess, now you got to think skin 662, okay? It's so funny what. Hello. Bubbles RC Shed, love you. So many years we've spent together. It's so fun to see some of your guys' names pop back up. We have been through a lot together. I've been tempted to bring all my old live streams back, but I watched a couple of them and it's so I pulled a clip of when I almost burnt my truck down using a propane heater for my video that goes up tomorrow on this channel. Turn on your notification, hit the notification bell because I got a good video for you guys in the morning. So you can wake up to me if you want to. A nice little edited video. And I pulled some clips from the past, and I had to pull that. That was a live stream. I was only live streaming in 2023, doing no edited videos, and it's like watching a whole other version of myself. It's so bizarre, but I was a little tempted to just make them all live again because at the end of the day, even though I'm not proud of everything, like the way I was acting and like just how immature I look and how cringy a lot of it is, it's part of the story. So I don't know, but so many of you guys are from that era. It's pretty wild. I was also telling, I think it was Jess I was telling you to. It was either Jess or Stacy. I'm not sure. Sometimes I get mixed up who I said what to because I talked to quite a few of you. And Jess, it was you, I believe. Yeah, because we were talking about drinking and live streaming. If it was easy for me to still live stream even though I'm not drinking anymore. And it's so wild. I told her, even though 2023 was one of the darkest years of my life because it was just humiliating, like on so many levels, I had two ridiculously twisted narratives hit the internet and just spread like wildfire, and just it hurt really bad because it just felt so misunderstood. In addition to that, in those videos, I'm just so drunk. I'm so drunk and I look like an idiot. And so it was on that level a humiliating year for me. However, and it was the year that like my drinking came to a head. I was drinking more than I ever had in my whole life. And so it was like you would think a really a bad year. But looking back on my life, that was my favorite year as a YouTuber because of those live streams in 2023. Like we were so connected. That was my favorite year for my community. Above, it takes the cake above I was making a ton on YouTube when my channel first took off. Takes the cake. If I could choose which one to go back to, like if I had to go back to either era and I couldn't change anything about how things were going to go down, I just had to relive it. I would relive 2023 just to have that experience of us live streaming from Christmas all the way to when I got to Reno, Nevada, which was June. So yeah, we live streamed for about like 8 months, I think. And I was doing it almost every day. And we just got so connected. And it was really fun. I really loved that the most. That was my favorite time on the internet. Absolutely. Bill, you were there. So many of you guys were. It was just so wild. It just felt like I had this whole family to wake up to every single day. And we were just going through all of that together. It was a shit show. But it was so much fun for me. That was one of the best times of my life. So I would love to do that again. But yes, do I look better and vibrant? I feel better and vibrant. But I kind of was hoping to do that on the road. I figured we were going to be on the road right now because I honestly, I felt just very paranoid about my property and like bringing you guys around it and being here and being live and like having people know that I was here while I was live. It's easier to like be live streaming while you're traveling because no one really knows where you're at. But to be in real time on my land was really worrisome for me. But then God brought me power and gave me the means to buy cameras and like build a relationship with my neighbors and put cameras up and feel like, now I feel a lot safer than I did. So I just decided to let go of all that fear and just start praying about it. Like I don't want fear to control my life anymore, It's just a horrible place to be. So I'm letting go of all that so maybe we could start the live streams back up. Now our only obstacle is just the heat. But now that I'm not hiding that I have a camper on my property because I was for so long, just so that people couldn't recognize my property if they drove by. But again, I'm letting go of all that fear. And I've let so much shrubbery grow over. But now we can do live streams from inside of here. And I'm not trying to hide from you guys what's on my land and stuff like that. So things are getting better. My paranoia is slowly fading. So that's good. last night they did some fireworks. A bunch were going off on the beach, and I'm sure tonight's gonna be wild. But I'm keeping my dogs away. We brought last 4th of July. I did the live stream from the beach in the Bronco, and that was fun. But the dogs did not enjoy themselves. I thought that they would be fine because we were in the Bronco, and it's such a small space. I figured they would be fine. They were all freaking out that whole time, and so this year, I'm gonna keep them away from the noise of the fireworks just to keep them happier. Some thunder went off a couple of days ago after we left the vet, and it was like that really loud cracking thunder, and all the dogs were going crazy. Not crazy in the car, but I did get a clip of it. Like Buddy was hiding underneath the covers, and Boujii was trying to get underneath the pedals, the brake pedals. Like, they don't like it. The zombies show up as soon as you let your guard down. I hope not. No zombies. Oh, thank you, Brian. Glowing now. It's wonderful to see. I'm feeling a lot better. That's for sure. I'm going to be doing a lot better when I get my voice back. But, mentally I still I go through some pretty extreme highs and lows, but it's only my lack of execution. Like, I'm not executing everything I want to do with my life. And then it makes me fall into these super depressive states of mind where I just feel like I'm not good enough. Like, I can never get to the place where I feel happy with myself. And it just, why can't you just upload every single Monday on Unstoppable Morgan? I'm just I feel like I'm such a failure, but I'm just overthinking all these videos. I spend weeks editing them. I literally spent 2.5 weeks editing this video about my moldy camper and putting 18 months of footage down into under 30 minutes, and then exported it onto a hard drive and just haven't picked it up again. And then spent a week and a half on the video that I'm uploading tomorrow. And honestly, I hate how it even came out. I changed it 15 times. And I hate how it came out, but I'm not going to not upload it tomorrow. I was supposed to upload it last Monday, but I hated the way that it came out. So I need to stop overthinking this, because some of you are right. Men are so easy. I have a 94% male audience. Stop. They don't give a shit. Just upload whatever. Just upload. Tell us about the rings that you're wearing. Well, I will do that. Hold on, let me plug in my laptop so we don't lose that light before it gets too dark. Oh, I guess I could turn on the light. I'll turn on the light. Hello, it's light in here. It's just harsh lighting, but I'm going to get over that. And also, I need to plug in my laptop real quick, because when the mics die, I'll turn off the live. We'll see how long these last. Now I have to lift my boobs up again. This shirt, I feel like they push them down. I'm like, hello. I still got a little bit there, okay? Dude, I went through some shit, okay? That moldy camper, oh, you guys, I found this clip when I was putting together that whole video about the moldy camper. It made me cry. I don't watch stuff back. I film my whole life. I don't watch it back. And then if I upload a video, I don't watch it back after. It's not like a decision I make. It's just how life goes. Anyways, I was pulling a clip of, I was in the part of the story talking about how I was losing a bunch of weight. And it became so noticeable that my Patreons were like, Morgan, one guy even said, have you developed an eating disorder? It was starting to get pretty serious. I was drowning in a size 00. And I was so afraid of coming off as a hypochondriac, because, mold is that hidden killer. I was so afraid that people are going to be I didn't see it. I didn't see how skinny I got when I looked in the mirror. And then I pulled this clip, and it's right when I moved into the toy hauler, and I sit down and I talk to the camera, and it's just another video I never uploaded. But I was talking about, because my voice got really horsey after I found more mold. You need water? Hold on, I got to give Gus some water. He's licking an empty water bowl. This dog drinks a gallon a day. There you go, baby. There you go. I found this clip. I'm defending myself in the very beginning of it. You guys, I just want to let you know that, I've been on YouTube for the last 10 years of my life. I think it was 9 years at that time, 9 years of my life. And I have never gone on here and thought that I had some type of condition. I'm just defending the fact that I'm not a hypochondriac. But in the video, I am clearly not okay. I got down to 102 pounds. I'm so skinny in the video. My voice sounds like this, but like just horsey. It was really bad. Anyways, ever since then, I feel like my whole body has not looked the same since I got so skinny, but I'm starting to put on more weight, so that's good. Watch out for the mold, okay? A silent killer. Yes, consistency is the key. I asked ChatGPT why it could be that my views, I mean, my views on that channel are lower than they've been since, like, I think I lived in San Diego. I'm like, why? And it said that because I was convinced it was because I had ads in my own video, like ads within the video, not just YouTube ads. And it said that if you've been on a hiatus for a long time, like I was for 3 years, and then you come back, YouTube will actually reward you for coming back by pushing your channel and putting it in the suggestion box. But after that, it stops putting you in the suggestion box, and it starts relying on it gives you a certain amount of time to be able to build out a storyline that is intriguing enough for people to remember to come back on their own without YouTube putting you in their suggestion box. So it said that, so while you were getting higher views, it's because you were in that suggestion box. Not in everyone's, just some. So then it's like such a game that they play. I mean, I get it. They have to like do a little bit of this and a little bit of that for everyone because there's so many YouTubers now, you know? You would think that they would be able to just narrow it down to like putting in your suggestion box the people you're actually subscribed to. My voice is getting scratchy now, starting to make me cough. Hold on. I should probably stop talking soon. But where I went wrong, had I known that before I got back on YouTube, I would have stuck to a storyline a little bit more. But I tried to stick to the whole Bronco thing. I'm still there, but then I wasn't even really that consistent with it. 2 times now I've skipped a week. So I don't know, but I'm in a hard place with this channel because I haven't like pushed the narrative of the land. I just did a code reader video. No. People that are about the Bronco are about traveling. So because I pushed the Bronco and I'm not in the Bronco yet, it's like really boring for them to watch because my channel's not about building a Bronco out. You know what I mean? So I'm in this weird in-between zone. I'm not traveling, but travelers want to watch me. I'm like building out the truck, but I haven't really built an audience that's just based around people that build out trucks. I also live on a piece of land and I have not built an audience around people that like are watching somebody develop a property. And I'm like kind of half-ass building out my property because I keep thinking I'm hopping in the Bronco. So like I haven't done shit. I built like a shower house, you know? I'm living like a hillbilly over here. Now it's all hot. Anyways, I'm just kind of fucked. But that's okay because God has a plan. And I'm usually actually quite grateful that I don't have a ton of eyes on me because I just don't know if I do very, like, not money is problems, okay? And a bunch of eyes on you brings you problems. It's fun because money gives you options, but the popularity brings you problems. That's when people try to mess with you. That's when they try to, they make videos about you that aren't true. They just do all kinds of things. And like, I've been through that so many times. I'm like, there's got to be a middle ground. Oh, Chuck Gangsta, thank you. There has to be a happy place. And maybe I'm there and I'm just not seeing it. You know what I mean? But it does feel like sometimes, like when I see those low views, to be honest, it feels like a little bit like you're standing on a stage and you're just like watching and you're reading your book and like you're watching people get up and walk out of the room and you start to question like, what am I doing wrong? And so it does like get you down a little bit because my ego, like we're so ego controlled, that humans are. And my ego wants a lot of views so that I can like prove to all my haters that I still got it. Cause you know how it is. You like think about your haters sitting on the other side of the screen being like, haha, look at her channel tanking. And like my ego hates that. But my heart and my brain know that like I'm exactly where I need to be. God has a plan and everything's okay. But my ego is screaming, You know, my ego is like, you need to look sexier, you need to be, make better thumbnails, and like it's a mess. But so I'm trying not to let my ego take over because your ego is bad for you, okay? Your ego will do nothing but guide you down the wrong path in life. Always. It never fails. That's why it's like such a good idea for people that have really bad egos, because I've dated them. And specifically, one of my most recent boyfriends was had such a inflated ego that it was controlling his entire life. And yeah, he wasn't happy because he was feeding his ego instead of like what his heart and soul really wanted for his life, which was freedom. But his ego was like, you need to make money and just focus on money. So now his whole world revolved around money. And what does that do? That attracts bad people. And what do bad people attract? It's just bad experiences. It's just a fucking loop. And so that's why it's such a good idea for those types of people to do psilocybin and have an ego death, because you come back from the ego death and all of a sudden you're like, you've been awakened to what's actually important in life, and then you start following like what your soul wants, and then you find real true internal happiness. So yeah, the ego. But it's hard because that's just how we were designed. We were designed with these egos, especially men, and I love men, and you guys are quite fascinating, a lot of you. But you have to fight that all the time. This constant is this ego, just like we all do, but I feel like men have it worse than women. You have this like ego inside of you that's just like scratching at the surface and wants to be fed. So, but I do too. DMT and mushrooms will take your ego away. Don't worry, it wasn't paying rent anyways. That's always why I wanted to. I would love to try one of those things. I've only microdosed mushrooms. I haven't had like a full mushroom trip. I almost started to have one and I made myself throw up so it would go away. I got too scared. I chickened out. Wait, I did have one in Memphis. Right before I did the microdosing with a guy, and we had a blast. I didn't mean to. I just was gonna have a few mushrooms, and then he was feeding me cheesecake, and he put them all over the cheesecake, and I could not put this bite of cheesecake in my mouth. This guy was so hot. I was like in love with him right away. And so he's feeding me cheesecake, and then next thing you know, boom, we laughed for 7 hours straight, just laughing our butts off, laying in bed laughing. And then I took the dogs out. I was in that motel room. It was right when I got out of that Bronco. And I went to Memphis, and I met a guy in a dog park. And he had this tree that's on my ring. He had this exact same tree tattooed on his forearm. And so when we were in the dog park, for some reason, I just felt like I needed to talk to him. And I didn't talk to him. And then I saw him again. And I was like, I'm going to talk to him this time. And I did. And then when he was sitting there, all of a sudden I look over and I was like, dude, your forearm, I have like that same thing on my ring. And it was like the same tree. He's like, yeah, I noticed the first time I saw you. Anyways, I was like, I'm going to go outside. And we were in this hotel room because I was staying at an extended stay in this heat wave, going psycho in the Bronco. I told him I wanted to like do some mushrooms because I just wanted to stop being an alcoholic. And people at the time were saying that cures addiction. So I was like, well, you fire it up, like I need to get sober. So yeah, I found some syringes and I sent them to one of my friends in California, and he grew them for me, and I ended up microdosing those. But in the meantime, homeboy brought some to the hotel room. We ate them. And yeah, I went outside to walk the dogs, and I accidentally locked us out of the room. And we had to call the front desk. It's like an extended stay, so the person lives there. And it's like 3:00 in the morning. And he was like, I can't talk to anybody. Dude, when we walked outside, I saw people in the parking lot, and all I remember is like the music was in my head. It wasn't playing in the parking lot, it was playing in my head. Everyone looked like an alien. and then it was just, I was tripping, dude. And then I walked back inside, and we noticed the doors locked. My dogs. Wait, I think I went outside to smoke a cigarette because my dogs were in there. I don't remember, but I had to get a room key, and so we had to get on the phone and call like the front desk lady down. And he told me later, because I didn't remember. He was like, dude, you were like being bitchy with the woman because it took her so long to get to the front desk. But like I was trying to act sober. Who knows how I was actually acting? But she was there, and I was like, "Do you know that it took you about 30 minutes to come down here and give me a key?" Like I had no concept behind the fact that it was 3 a.m. She was sleeping, and she had to wake up and come downstairs. Anyways, it was a good time though. And then we got back in the room and just laughed and had a wonderful time. What she means, I've never listened to that podcast. I'll have to try it out. I wonder if they really were aliens too. It was weird. It was really weird. I wish I remembered more of what happened from that night, but I'm glad that I didn't. Maybe they really were aliens. They could have been with everything I've learned now. Ooh, Jess said I kind of had it. Oh, I forgot, Jess, 4th of July. Right before I left California, some guy came over to that shop Fast on Wheels. One of the neighbors came over and gave Jared a bag of mushrooms. And I, at the time, was like, I had never tried anything ever. And I was like, I want to take some. And I was that type of girl that thought that I could handle anything because I could just drink anybody underneath the table at this point in time in my life. So I was like, oh, I actually always wanted to do this. And I took like a bunch of them and swallowed them. I forgot about that. I lost it. He turned into a leprechaun. I was always mad at him a little bit inside my heart. Never told him, but I was just like mad that he was short and bald. And, I don't know. No offense to short and bald guys, but at the time I just didn't have much of a tolerance for it. And like I was just mad about everything that we had been through. And he had lied about so much. All those lies came out. And so it was just not a good time to like do mushrooms with the guy. But we took them, and then he turned into an actual leprechaun, and his head was poking up all over my RV. He like, it was bad. I'm not gonna talk shit. Shit on him. It's been a lot of years, but his head was popping up. His it looked like a little sperm head. Like, you okay? Are you okay? And I kept telling him to like, go away. And then I went outside into the field and I was by myself, and that's when all the trees turned into dogs. And the trees were flapping. It was like this. I'll never forget that tree turning into a dog, and the big ears going boom, bloom. And I was looking up, and I was like, "Look at that dog!" It was wild, and my pants were melting off of me. I had to go to the bathroom so bad, and I pulled my pants down, and then I couldn't pull them back up, and I just remember crying because I kept saying, "My pants are melting." Oh man, now I want to do something like that again, but I'm too chicken. You ate chocolate mushroom bars that night? Ooh, how'd it go? Thank you, Richard. You're doing great too. I hope you are at least. Bye, Salon. Have a good rest of the night. I should go. This is why I've been a little afraid to come back to the lives. I tend to say things that I don't probably shouldn't be saying. I'm trying to clean up my reputation. I'm trying to like do good, responsible things with my life. Then I go into a live stream and I start talking about times I did shrooms. One second. You know what's weird? Every time I've ever done a live stream, I've always ended up having to blow my nose. After I start talking for a while, it's a weird reaction. I looked it up once. What did it say? I think it said your adrenaline starts running, which causes more like fluid in your nasal cavities. I don't know. Okay, I better go because now I'm coughing. And I really need to let my voice rest. We don't want it to be worse tomorrow and have this last for a week because I have videos to make, okay? And ain't nobody like to be watching. Speaking of ain't nobody, I wanted to make a video about the biggest differences between California and Florida. And one of those is the term ain't no way, okay? I got into a fight with a lady in Southern California once. I used to be real feisty, all right? And we were fighting. And she said, she was black. And she said, ain't no way. And I was like, ain't no way? She was just talking kind of, I feel like this is going to come off bad. And she probably shouldn't say it. Like, black culture has kind of like it was in Hawaii. Like in Hawaii, they talked pidgin. I feel like Black culture also has a bit of a way that they talk that is just it was yeah, very much like Hawaii. It's a kind of like their own accent type of thing. Anyways, and part of that, like when I lived in Memphis, saying "ain't no way" was like something that people just said, right? But where I come from in Huntington Beach, California, where mostly like preppy, snooty people, "ain't no way" meant you're very like that you didn't have very much of an education and weren't very literate. And so you didn't say "ain't," and if you did, you would be made fun of. That was in where I come from, like ghetto, and anyways. So if somebody said that, that would be a reason to make fun of them if you were already fighting. So this girl and I were already arguing about her giving me a parking ticket in front of my own house, and she had been doing this. If you didn't move your car every 2 hours, you got a parking ticket. I lived there, and I did move my car, and she was still giving me a parking ticket, and I was just screaming at her, and she said something like, "Ain't no way you're gonna be coming at me like that." And I was like, "Ain't no way? Like, you were so ghetto. Like, who even says that?" Making fun of her. And now it comes out of my mouth probably every other week. So in Florida, everybody says "ain't no way." Okay, ain't no way. Also, something else that's weird. In California, if you say "ma'am," it means like that's a no. You can't say "ma'am" where I come from in California, Southern California. It means that you're old. And so, like, when I worked in the restaurant industry or when I was a wedding photographer, it was something that if you needed to get a woman's attention, you didn't say "ma'am," because they would look at you and be like, you're basically saying you're old. You would, even if they were 50 or 60 years old, 70, you would say "miss, miss, miss." It'd be the polite thing to say. "Excuse me, miss." And we were reminded this. And here in the South, because I'm like near the Florida Georgia line area, so it's northern Florida, very close to the South. Most people have accents. Ma'am is everywhere. Everything is ma'am. If instead of saying "what," they say "ma'am." Ma'am? They didn't hear you. We'll say "ma'am." And then I end up saying "what?" And like they're actually asking me to repeat what I just said. And they're saying "ma'am" instead of "what." It's very interesting. Hag or a winch? No, nobody says any of that around here. Jess said the first person that called it out on me was from Los Angeles. I was like, "What's wrong with 'ain't'?" It's also a very country thing or southern thing. Yeah, isn't that wild? Yeah, where I come from in Southern California, very close to Los Angeles. I was born in West Covina. You don't say "ain't." Now I'm saying it all the time. And "ma'am." Yes, ma'am. Always say "ma'am, sir." I tried my first boiled peanut. There was a guy standing in line at the gas station, and I said, "I see those boiled peanuts all over the place. What's up with them?" He goes, "You never had a boiled peanut?" I'm like, "No, I'm from California." Guys love that, by the way, around here. You say you're from California, they're like, "Hey." So I love saying it. I'm from California, which is funny because Florida's the best. When I first hopped on the road from California, I made sure I had my South Dakota plates before I left California, because you go across the country with California plates, people hate Californians. Everywhere you go, they hate you. California has such a bad reputation in the rest of the nation. Anywhere you go, I don't know about Oregon, but like, let's just say east of the Mississippi, probably Texas too, though. But Florida is the most accepting state of all the states. You could wear whatever you want, drive whatever you want, dress however you want. You could be wearing bandages all over your face because you just had a facelift. Nobody judges you in this state. Maybe it gets a little bit different once you get down to like Jupiter Beach, West Palm Beach, Miami area. Maybe. Haven't spent a significant amount of time, enough time there to know. I did in Jupiter. I spent many, many months. It's pretty snooty there. The girls are pretty snooty. Lots of Karens. But not judging. They're not really judging, I wouldn't say. Anyways, people don't judge you at all. There's no judgment here. You can walk around barefoot. Nobody's looking at you like you're weird or like just nothing. They don't give two shits. They're not even looking at you. They don't give you double looks. No matter what you're driving. Like if you drove a piece of crap car in California, you'd be embarrassed. Yeah, the CA plates, it's no joke. Where was I when somebody said go back to California? I don't remember. What did I have that had some California plates? I don't remember. You got flipped off at the California plates driving across country. I bet you did. I was very grateful for myself to go to plates, that's for sure. Gigi said my daughter moved to Texas and the y'all and all y'all are flying. Oh man. I'm glad I don't, not a lot of people say y'all around here. You got it, Super Lars, dude. I'm a super fan of you too. For life, baby. Overdose. Come on out. Anyways. Oh, my. Sorry. Hello. Hello. Are you there? Are you there? I have toilet paper on my lip. Jim said, Florida's the best. That's why I live here. Thanks, Morgan. I'm going to go. Happy Independence. I'm going to go too. It is time to go. We're done. It's been 130 minutes. And I'm really starting. It's getting very itchy, so I really have to go. It's time to drink some honey. I'm going to whip out some of that tea that Jose sent me. It's getting bad. I really got to stop talking. Yeah. Oh, I don't even think I can end it. I don't know where. Oh, man. It's like getting very itchy if I just say anything at all. Yeah, it's time to go. Well, I'm glad my voice came back enough to do this live. And I do apologize that there's no fireworks and this wasn't the most entertaining thing to do. You know, I feel like I could have done better. But at least I am here and we didn't miss a holiday because that's what's most important to me. It really is. That you guys never feel like you're alone on the holidays because we're all family here. That was the number one reason why I started a YouTube channel was for the community to not feel alone because I was alone for so much of my life. Kind of in the beginning of this live stream, I talked about how I kind of just always chose to be have solitude instead of family around me and stuff like that. And I've been through some dark shit. And during those dark times, I'd turn on YouTube and I'd watch YouTube videos. And in 2009 is when it started. And then I was like, I gotta become a YouTuber because I need that. Like, I need that community. And I want to make that for other people. So I love you guys. I'm glad that we have that. And so many of you have stuck with me through some serious times, man. So thank you. Happy 250-year birthday to America. Happy 4th of July. Congratulations, Jess, for winning your new ThinkScan 662. Thanks for all of you guys that gave me a super chat tonight. Appreciate you. And hope you guys have a good rest of the night. I have a really hard time saying goodbye, so I'm not going to say goodbye just yet. Little Nutty, I love you too. And we're going to be doing some more giveaways. And don't be sad. And there's a video coming. I have a video coming in the morning, so hit that notification bell because I got a video coming. And we install the Renogy system and flash back to some disastrous times. And I'm going to cook my dog some dinner. And put my hair up. I'm gonna make my bed, and I might watch. Oh no, actually, I'm gonna work on this video because I need to work on the sound. And right now, I'm adding music. I always do this myself. I will work on a video up until the moment I upload it. Would you guys agree that we're kind of phasing out of music in videos? I feel like more people that are watching the YouTube videos, Bill. I feel like more people. Tell me your opinion. If you're watching something on your TV or even your phone, don't you feel like overlays with music is kind of old school style at this point? I feel like it is. So like my new editing style is to kind of keep the music out of it because I feel like filler music is just more annoying these days than it is enjoyable. Unless you're adding like a little bit to set the tone of something. Like I do hit a little bit of a dramatic moment in this video I'm uploading tomorrow. And to really feel the weight of what that was like for me, I add a little bit of dramatic music. That's when I feel like it's appropriate. But in my older edits, if you go back and watch any of my old videos, I mean, I always had music playing throughout like the whole thing, and I feel like that's been overplayed. Oh, you guys still like the music, it seems like. Oh, Richard says leave it out. Yeah, see, I think it's definitely very. Everyone's gonna have their own opinion about it. Oh, you think I have the best music always? Well, I deleted my entire library because I used to get my music from Epidemic Sound. Little did I know, because I was already paying $500 a year for that to have rights to their music. Little did I know that the moment I stopped paying $500 a year for that, they would now make the money off of all my videos. So I don't make any money from any of my old videos, all that work I did. They do, unless I pay $500 a year. And I'm really bummed that I did that. So now I just use YouTube creator music, and they don't have the best stuff, but I'm digging deep. Jose says background music is good. It's very interesting. All right. I'm still here, baby. Love you. What's up? Wow, keep the music. Like the old school days. Very interesting. Okay, I'm going to add some more music to this video tomorrow. That's what I'm going to do tonight. Yeah, it's definitely worth it not to use it for sure. It says that my monetization is on all those videos, but if you look at how much it's made me, and like you could click on 28 days, 90 days, 2 years or whatever, is no money. So, and it's so wild. It takes some of these artists like forever to even realize that you're using their music. So, like all my videos that have hit almost 1 million views or have a million views, some of those it took, like I still get emails to this day. I think they're all finally copyrighted, but up until probably maybe like last year or the year before, I would still be getting emails from videos I uploaded 7 years ago. You have a copyright on this video, we can no longer monetize you. So at least I got away with monetizing for a little while, but what a mistake. So on YouTube Creator Music, they have a tab, a free one. We can click on the free music. You don't have to pay for it. But be careful. You have to click duration because they get you. They get you there. If you don't click on duration and click lifetime, some of the music that you select, even though it's free and you're allowed to use it for free, it only is free and not copyright for 6 months, 1 year, 2 years. You have to go all the way to lifetime duration. You can use it without a copyright. I'll have to make a video about that. You like the reggae and Hawaii mix? Okay. Well, Bill, maybe I'll add in some reggae Hawaii music. I'm trying to make the intro of the video a little bit more catchy, but I'm having a hard time with it. You want to get people hooked right there in the beginning. But sometimes you have to explain some things. So it's like people's attention span is just so low these days. Man almighty. I love you too, Jenny. Have a good night. Good night. I'm really going to go now. I got to go. I'll make a video on that, Jess. Add it to the list. Anyways, Jess, again, congratulations. Thank you, all right, for linking all my links. I appreciate you. You are the man. You really are. You're a gem. You really are quite a gem. You've been such a great moderator. I forgot about moderators. Remember when I made everybody in the chat a moderator one night? Anybody here for that one? And then some people talk shit. There were some other people, I don't even know who, but I caught wind. There were other people saying that like Morgan's entire chat on her live stream is a moderator. I love when we do stuff that makes other people talk shit. It's hilarious. Jess and I were talking about that too. It was being brought to my attention that some other people were live streaming very similarly as to how I used to live stream. And we were talking about how funny it is that when I started live streaming in 2023, it wasn't popular. You know, Candace Owens wasn't, people weren't live streaming yet. If you were a streamer, you were like on streaming platforms. But I was on YouTube I was like, this is the next big thing. people aren't going to be into edited videos anymore. There's going to be so many fake things and we're not even going to know what we're watching. They're going to want to watch a live to make sure it's real. And I was going on and on and on about it. And so all of 2023, I was a live streamer. And people talked crap. People were talking crap and unsubscribing. And hater channels were talking crap on me. And ain't it funny? Well, so many of these people that were talking smack are now live streaming all the time. And some of them are getting some really decent views. I was right. I blaze trails, motherfuckers. I blaze trails. I do. I asked ChatGPT, who was the first woman to ever live in a car and get famous on YouTube and hit 100,000 subscribers? It didn't say Unstoppable Morgan, but I proved that it was me. It mentioned somebody else that it was. And I said, no, I actually had that person in my truck and helped her push her channel when I was already at 100,000 subscribers. And he said, well, if that's actually the case, then it was you. I was like, damn straight. I blaze trails. Anyways, congratulations to everyone that's live streaming now on YouTube. Because the other streaming platforms, people were doing what I was doing long before me. So I don't take the idea of live streaming. But live streaming on YouTube, pretty much I think I'm the OG. Like driving around and going places and showing people shit, give me a break. Yes, I'm always ahead of the pack, but then I don't stay consistent with what I do. And other people take my ideas and then blow them out of the water. But I've come to accept, just like the way that I build things. Look, I'm a girl that does prototypes, you know, and I blaze trails. I blaze them so that other people can take my ideas, not take the idea, but like get inspired by it and then run with it. And yeah, do it better because they're, you know, mentally better off and have their life together and have a bunch of support and have everything that you need to like really be successful at whatever it is that my idea was. But I'm over here just making prototypes and blazing trails. And if that was my destiny, so be it, you know? But whatever. Absolutely, Jess. I agree with that 100%. 100%. And we'll get it together. Another little thing I'll share with you guys. I feel a little embarrassed about the Bronco thing. I feel like it does come off as me living in the past and trying to like bring back something that like was done a long time ago and it looks kind of stupid. What do you guys think about that? Does it look pretty dumb? Like, oh, look at Morgan trying to get back in her Bronco. Like I haven't evolved. It seems like I haven't evolved. But maybe my next video that goes up tomorrow will maybe explain to people why I'm so obsessed with that Bronco still. Because I never really wanted to get out of the Bronco. I feel like it just got stripped away from me a little bit from my whole power situation. So I'm like not done with it yet. You know when you feel like you have unfinished business. Yeah, and you have to just use what you have. It just is what it is. But sometimes I think that's sometimes why I've been a little embarrassed about my YouTube channel, this channel at least. It's like I almost feel like I look a little foolish. Okay. I'm officially, I can't talk anymore. But even though I may look a little foolish, the truth is, it's just unfinished business, baby. It's unfinished business. Sometimes you just gotta finish your business so you can finally move on in life. Go watch those fireworks, Brian. Enjoy them. I'm gonna get off here and then I'm gonna blow my nose. I'm gonna spare you guys from it. I love you. Thanks for listening to my raspy ass voice all night long. Have a good night, you guys. I'm really going this time. I love you. Hasta luego. I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye. Hasta luego. Good night. Good night. Happy 4th of July. Happy Independence Day. May freedom ring. Jose, thank you for being here. Jess, thank you for being here. All my friends, thank you for being here. Lori, thank you so much. Aaron, love you. Love all of you. Jose, yaha. You're the best. Brian, you're awesome. Jim, all right, little nutty. I love your name. It's fabulous. Gio, you're great. Aaron, so are you. Oh, Deborah. Suddenly my stomach feels a little sick. Did I drink too much kombucha? Probably. Deborah, I feel you. And sorry if it was annoying that I could have been reading the screen the whole time. I didn't have to be looking at my computer. You guys just looked at my eyes being closed this whole time, didn't you? Whatever. It is what it is. Can't go back. It's too bad. I could have just been reading the screen. Yeah, Deborah, I think you will be impressed to see what I've done. But I'm also, you guys, it's very small. And Gus is very big. So, I don't know. We might make it like 3 hours out of Florida. And I'm going to be like, this is bullshit. And I'm going to turn around. And then we're going to start my new project. But at least we tried. I mean, maybe we can do a real quick loop. Let's just do a real quick little loop-a-roo. But every time I try to hop in that thing, something catastrophic happens. So maybe God's protecting me for something I don't know. Maybe the copper brake lines. I don't know. We'll figure it out. I love you guys. See you in the next video when I have a voice. See you tomorrow. I'm uploading. USM. Hit the notification bell. Goodbye. Good night.